In this video, I challenged myself to get as many mutations as possible on the Romanesco inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. This used to be the best fruit inside of the game, and it was recently dethroned by the Crimson Thorn and also the Great Pumpkin. However, it is still a very good fruit and still worth a lot of money. So I decided to challenge myself to get mutations on this thing to stack it up and make it the best Romanesco inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. Make sure to watch until the end of this video. You guys will be happy to know that I did finally get a pancake stack. So this should help my mooncats actually surround the new Romanesco and help us get a big growth from it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and place down our Grandmaster Sprinkler, Master, Godly, Advanced, Basic, and then we're going to place our Romanesco seed down right in that mix. We're going to go ahead and spawn our mooncats here because I believe the mooncats should actually help affect this and help it grow faster. And then with that, we're going to also spawn in our Triceratops to help speed up the growth a little bit. And I also am going to go ahead and use some... I don't have watering cans. Wow, this is a first. I don't want to do that watermelon, bro. Get that out. All right, well, no worries because I do have my main account here. So I'm going to bring my main account over and I'm going to use my main account to watering can the Romanesco to hopefully get it to sprout up a lot faster. All right, we got some mooncats. The pancake stack is definitely helping. They're all in this area right here. And our Romanesco is growing a little bit faster with all those watering cans. I'm going to move this into the mooncats just a little bit closer. All right, so we use all of our watering cans. I'm going to have to buy some more, but our Triceratops should definitely help with getting this to fully grow. But the watering cans is just to speed up the process a little bit. We're going to throw some more watering cans on it. And that is pretty much all we have for now. So our Triceratops will hopefully do the rest of the work here. It just seems like it grows a little bit faster than some other plants, so I think we only need our Triceratops to hit it one time, and I think that should be enough for it to fully grow in. All right, so while we wait for that, I do want to say we can actually get the Sandy mutation pretty easily now because I do have the new Jackalope pet. There's also a new pet that you can use to get the new Bloom mutation. Spriggan, I believe it's called. This guy will give you the new Bloom mutation on plants, and then we also opened up a golden goose in one of the eggs, and this guy can give you the new Fortune mutation. He has a chance to hatch your seed, and it will start out with the Fortune mutation, almost like how rainbow and gold can spawn in on a fruit when you first grow it in. This guy pretty much sort of does that, but he gives you a Fortune seed. You can plant that, you'll have Fortune mutation on it, and if you sell it, it will give you a chance to actually have your other plants grow Fortune on them. So this guy will come in clutch at the very end of the video. All right, there we go. Our Romanesco is at 100% grown, so it's pretty much done. Our mooncats should all start sleeping over here, hopefully on top of it, so we can get some bigger Romanesco plants done. Maybe let's just wait this minute. Let's see what kind of size we get on this thing. Hopefully it's a big one, hopefully it's valuable, and hopefully we make some good money on this. All right, what do we got here, buddy? Go ahead and smack that thing. Oh, it's ready. That's a pretty big Romanesco. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. Good job, team. And pick all these guys up. All right, well, we're good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some sprays to this thing so we can get 5 mutations on it, and then we can get this thing converted to rainbow. So let's go ahead and put shocked on it, honey glazed, pollinated. We have a ton of cloud touch, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a cloud touched, chocolate, and there we go. We have our 5 mutations, and with that, I'm gonna spawn in my queen bee, and I'm also going to spawn in my butterfly. The queen bee in just a few will cool down my butterfly, and then the butterfly will convert these 5 mutations to rainbow on our Romanesco, and then we can start gathering the actual mutations that we need. So we're gonna let that happen. Take about 17 minutes, but with a boost, it should be about, yeah, 13 minutes. And then on my main account over here, I'm going to spawn in a queen bee over here as well, and we're gonna spawn in my kitsune. This queen bee will cool down this kitsune. It'll steal the Romanesco, and we'll get chakra applied to it. So that should be an extra mutation within 20 minutes after we get rainbow done. So we're gonna BRB for just a second, and we'll come back when we have rainbow. All right, it's time to get to work. Our queen bee's cooldown is about done, so she is finally going to cool down our butterfly, and our butterfly will give us rainbow. There we go. We now have rainbow on the Romanesco, so we are good to go. We can pick up this butterfly and this queen bee, and we can go ahead and favorite this Romanesco plant so we don't accidentally pick it up. And let's go ahead and get some sprays applied back to it. So we're going to put burnt on it, shocked, fried, verdant, pollinated, cloud touch, chocolate, and honey glazed, which brings us to 9 mutations. So on our main account, I'm going to go ahead and apply the wet mutation onto this so we can easily get this thing to clay and then ceramic. I'm also going to go ahead and apply the new bloom spray, which I do have the pet to apply bloom, but since I have some sprays, we might as well save some time and apply this. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in the new jackalope pets here. I'm gonna spawn in 2 of them to attempt to give us sandy on this thing so we can go ahead and get clay and then start working towards getting ceramic. So these guys every about minute and a half have a 15% chance to apply sandy mutation. So that's actually a pretty good pet to have. So there we go. These guys are gonna start doing their thing. We're also gonna spawn in 2 of our lobsters to attempt to give us molten and meteoric. We're also gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 disco bees to start working on getting us the disco mutation. And then let me see, we have so many pets to work with now, it's actually crazy. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my corrupt kitsune, and then I'll spawn in the Raiju here. Whenever the Raiju's cooldown is almost done, we're gonna plant a carrot seed down for him, and we're gonna put shocked mutation on it, so that way he'll eat it and then apply the static mutation to our Romanesco. All right, both failed. That's fine. Their cooldowns are so low that it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna wait just a second for those guys to apply sandy, and then we'll swap them out. We're also gonna wait for our kitsune over here, and I guess to speed this up a little bit, I'm gonna give these jackalopes some toys just so they have a boost. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch the magic happen real quick. So where's my kitsune? Hello? Oh, also I know people are gonna be like, oh, Bandites, look, there's a new silver mutation. It's just like gold, where you can't have gold and rainbow. You also can't have silver in rainbow. Rainbow is still the best out of the growth mutation. So, yeah, we're not using that right now, okay? Anyways, here we go. Simon, our kitsune, is going to steal our Romanesco now. And we got Foxfire Chakra today. Let's go, dude. That's a better mutation there. So if we can get our Corrupt Kitsune to give us Foxfire Corrupt Chakra, then we can get Harmonized Foxfire Chakra, and then we will make like 130 times multiplier on this. One of the best mutations you can get. So now, once the Raiju is done, in 50 seconds with its cooldown, it will eat this and then puke it up onto our Romanesco and give us the static mutation. And also, look at that, we just got a heat wave, so this should give us Paradisal. And if these jackrabbits hurry up, dude, then we could easily get ceramic done right now. All right, jackrabbits, please give us sandy. We got to get this done. We got to get ceramic done. We have a chance here, but you guys have to speed it up a little bit. All right, let's see. Sandy? Sandy? Yes. No. Yes, yes. Okay, we got it on both. All right, perfect. Thank you, jackalopes. We're good there. I'm gonna real quick bring my main account back in here and apply another wet spray so we can get... Okay, sorry, there's a lot going on. All right. Raiju struck this with static. That's good. We have another mutation done. We have sandy done. I'm gonna real quick pick this Raiju up. We're gonna get my main account back into the game so he can apply the wet mutation, and then we can easily get... Oh, wait, we already got ceramic. Never mind. We don't even need him. What happened? We had wet? I don't even know how we got ceramic. I don't know what he just... What did he take? We're fine. We're fine. We have ceramic. We're good. So yeah, now we have ceramic. We have Paradisal. We finally got ceramic and Foxfire Chakra. 2 new mutations that we've like literally never gotten before in the series. So that's good to see. All right. With that, sorry, lots going on. I'm overstimulated. All right. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a Pterodactyl now. Pterodactyl is spawned in. I will plant some carrots for him to get tempestuous, just like we're going to do for our Corrupt Kitsune. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in our Spaghetti Sloth next, because this guy has 4 mutations he has to work through. We have to get pasta, meatballs, sauce, and aromatic from his mutation shard. I guess because the junk bot takes a while, we'll go ahead and use the junk bot next, and we'll do the chicken zombies towards the end today. So yeah, the junk bot definitely should be in now, because we're going to be waiting around for hours for that dude to do anything. Also, another thing we could do real quick is our disco bees cooldowns are about to be over with. So I'm going to go ahead and give them toys to hopefully, just hopefully, boost them enough to give us the disco mutation. There we go. First try with both toys boosting this guy. So I guess what I'll do is spawn in 1 Kappa to work on getting us bloodlit. And then I will spawn in a chicken zombie to work on getting us zombified. That way we can have 2 more pets working through their mutations. Hopefully we get that bloodlit done so we can get moonlit in just a little bit when a nighttime event occurs. Here's 1 lobster. Molten, please. Molten. Okay, failed. Where's your friend? Maybe your friend will help. Molten, please. All right, there we go. We got Molten done on the Romanesco, but now we just have to wait for Meteoric. So hopefully it's easy as pie to get Meteoric as well. All right, so I just boosted my Corrupt Kitsune with a toy, so his cooldown is about only a minute left. I'm trying to boost my Pterodactyl as well, but this dude is trapped inside the Romanesco, so I'll deal with him in a second. I don't have time. I got to get some carrot seeds down for my boy here so we can hopefully get Corrupt Chakra nice and quickly. Oh, I already have some seeds in here. All right, so I'm going to place down 9 seeds for him. So in case he misses the Romanesco, he'll apply it to this, and the Spinosaurus will move that over. So where is our Pterodactyl? Oh, there you are. Yo. Hold on. Stay there. No! Come back out here now. Come back out here now, buddy. Bro, I can't click this guy. The plant is so big and he's just sitting inside of it. Come here, buddy. Come here so I can boost your cooldown. All right, this guy's annoying me. All right, well, the Corrupt Kitsune's about to do stuff. Let's see which one he gets. Corrupt Chakra, or hopefully we get Corrupt Foxfire Chakra on today. Okay, we got Corrupt Chakra, but no Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. I guess we could wait around, but I'm trying to speed up and get some more mutations. So we're going to probably pick him up anyways. But bro, where is this pterodactyl? Yo, come out of the plant, please. I need to boost your mutation. He's being a little stupid idiot, stupid stinky butt. Get out, bro. I literally... All right, I'm gonna scream, dude. I'm gonna scream at this guy. Hold on, pardon me for a second here. Tranquil, get out of the Romanesco now! Bro, he's not listening. I give up. I give up, dude. I was gonna give you a toy. We're gonna be friends, but you're being a punk. He only has a minute and a half left. I think he's definitely gonna give us Tempestuous on something. I don't think I need to even worry about it. But let's just let him do his... Oh, bro, he's out. He's out. He's out. Okay, there we go. All right, give us Tempestuous, please. All right, we got Tempestuous on one of the carrots. Perfect. All right, so our junk bot is almost done. Our spaghetti slot's almost done. Our lobster should be done with meteoric in a second here. That'll be nice. And let's see what else we should spawn in then. I'm thinking we'll double up on the chicken zombies. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting something. We got to sit here and wait 3 million years for the Corrupt Scarlet to give us the Corrupt Mutation. And we also got to do the one for Tranquil. But you know what? I guess I'm going to move the Kappa for now because I usually don't have any hope on them getting Bloodlet anyways. So I'm going to move him out of the way just for now, and then we're gonna work on getting Tranquil and Corrupt, and then we'll spawn in the Kappas towards the end because we have more mutations to worry about, and these guys take forever. All right, I almost just missed it, but all I would have missed is the hurt and pain that these lobsters just caused to my heart. So I guess it would have been better if I missed it, but yeah, they did not give us meteoric yet, so we have to wait around a little bit longer. But you know, I guess that's fine, dude. Maybe our junk bot will come in clutch today and give us that nice oil mutation. Also, we just got meatball applied to one of our carrots, so our spaghetti slot is literally trolling right now, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and try to spam both of these toys on him. So hey, bro. All right, well, I guess I'm not going to. Wait, he's coming out. He's coming out. No, he's not. Bro, why do you run away from my toys? I'm trying to boost your cooldowns and your mutation multiply. I can't speak. Here. Let's go. He got carrot oiled. Huh? Or he applied oil to the carrot. So there we go. We have another mutation down and done. All right, our Spinosaurus is about to eat some mutations. Okay, he applied meatball and oil to the Romanesco, and now we just have to wait for him to move over this Corrupt Chakra and this Tempestuous, which this carrot also has Verdant on it now because one of my Scarlets did that. They had a little oopsie there. That's fine. But anyways, there we go. Oil is now applied. We have Molten from earlier. We have meatball, so this thing is looking pretty good with all of these stacked mutations. Let's see what mutation our Spaghetti Sloth decides to apply next. Let's see. What is he doing? Are you coming over here, buddy? Bro, why do you want to come to the carrot so bad, bro? You already meatballed one of them. Why can't you just do it to the... Bro. All right, well, he's out. He's going to probably apply meatball to one of these things again. Pasta. Okay, at least you got us pasta this time. So now we just need aromatic from him and sauce, and once that's done, he's out. Golden Goose. Hey, bro, don't lay your egg inside the Romanesco. I literally cannot see in there unless I shift lock, but then I can't interact with anything in there. So if you're going to lay an egg, can you do it out here, please? So I can actually see it. Hey! Oh, you know what? It's the pancake stack. That's why they're all going in there. I'm going to move it over so I can see them. Where is that thing? It's right here. Come here. Come here, pancake. Come over here. Golden Goose laid an egg. Let's see. Oh, that's one big egg, buddy. Let me try to sell this thing. Hey, Steven, can you apply this to my Romanesco, my man?
Nope.
Okay, well, he didn't apply it, but it was worth a shot. Okay, one of our Scarlets just applied the Corrupt Mutation to a carrot, which means our other Scarlet, the Tranquil one, should be applying Tranquil in just a minute, or trying to. Oh, look at that, bro. We got both of them done right away today. So we got Tranquil done, and we got Corrupt both on the same carrot. Wow, that actually just smiled to my face that they actually loved me today. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick these guys up so they don't try to apply Verdant. But yeah, we got those done right away. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another Spinosaurus because we have quite a lot of mutations we need to move over now. 2 more pets done. We can see if we're gonna get the chicken zombie done and out of the way next, I guess, since he is almost done with his cooldowns. Let me give him double toys and failed. Wow, this guy really doesn't like me. Double boost and he still can't give the mutation. All right, Spaghetti Sloth, what you doing, buddy? Hey, he wants the carrots again, dude. Why don't you want the big Romanesco? Like, this thing is literally like a broccoli plant that you could probably throw in your spaghetti, but you want the carrots instead. You're disgusting. You disgust me. I'm just kidding. You don't disgust me because you just gave me sauce, dude. I love you. Our golden goose is about to lay an egg. Hello? Welcome to the world, egg. All right. Give me fortune on something. Give me fortune on something. All right. You know what? Fine, Steven. I see how it is, buddy. All right. He's eating some mutations. All right. We got corrupt chakra done and out of the way. And we got Tranquil moved over. So those are both added onto our Romanesco now. I can pick up this wet carrot because we don't really need wet. I will do that with the kappas later. And then, yeah, we just need all of these pretty much moved over. Besides verdant, we don't really need that. Okay, that was a fail, Meteoric. Where's the other lobster? Buddy, come on out. There you are. All right, Meteoric, please. Meteoric, please. Meteoric, please.
Nope.
All right, so I was checking my phone for a second and I just missed something that happened. But yeah, this carrot, you know, it does have pasta from our spaghetti sloth, but our spaghetti sloth also just applied pasta directly onto our Romanesco here. So now we have pasta and meatball on that. And now once our Spinosauruses move the sauce over, then this will be fully spaghetti. And then we just need aromatic from our spaghetti sloth. But yeah, this thing is looking pretty good. I'm excited to see the price, especially because this thing is humongous. We also have an Aurora event that just started. So maybe we can try to get the Aurora mutation. And then our chicken zombie is also almost done with its cooldown. So lots of good things about to happen. These lobsters, though, are stressing me out. They need to hurry the heck up, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and give a toy to that chicken zombie to hopefully boost that and give us zombified right away. And let's see what the golden goose is laying its egg. Come on. There you go. You just pooped it out on me. Give me fortune. All right, you know what? I don't like you, Steven. I don't like what you're doing now. All right, chicken zombie, what are you gonna do for us? Some zombified, I would hope. Ah, some zombified and to the carrot. Thank you so much. You're a good little chicken zombie. You can go ahead and go back in my inventory now. You have done your job. All right, Queen Bee. I guess you're going to probably cool down my Mimic Octopus. Mimic Octopus, don't copy the Queen Bee's pollinated ability. That's like the most useless one. Aromatic for Spaghetti Sloth, and it failed. So I'm no longer excited for what it was going to do. That was very sad. All right, what are you going to move over, buddy? Please, please, just, can I trust you? Tempestuous, good job. There you go. Another one down. Okay, so I went AFK for like an hour and something interesting happened that I didn't even think about, and this is how we're gonna do it from now on. So the golden eggs, they all spawn in with the fortune mutation, and actually I didn't realize this, but the Spinosauruses can actually just move the mutation from the golden egg over to your plant. So we actually have fortune onto our Romanesco here. We are still waiting, it looks like, for aromatic to be applied because I don't see it anywhere on here, and we have not gotten meteoric yet, so we gotta wait for those. But we did get everything else moved over from our carrots, and we did get spaghetti completely finished here, so that is good to have. So for the time being, we do have a nighttime event that is going to happen within about 30 minutes, but to see if we can get moonlit a little bit earlier, I am gonna have our kappa spawn in and see if they can give us bloodlit and race against the tanukis. So if the tanukis actually give us frozen, so I'm gonna try to get moonlit, bloodlit, and then we're gonna also try and wait for this guy to still give us aromatic, and then these guys to give us meteoric, and then we should be pretty much maxed out at that point. We'll be close at least. All right, so our spaghetti sloth finally applied aromatic from its mutation shard to our Romanesco here, and we are finally done with all 4 of its mutations that it has. So we can go ahead and pick this guy up. We're now waiting for the lobsters to hopefully give us meteoric. I don't know if they will. One of them has both cooldowns almost done. Zeffy here. Hey, Zeffy, buddy, can I give you a toy real quick so you could maybe help us out? Please don't run away from me. All right, maybe we'll get meteoric done. Maybe, just maybe. Failed. We won't get it done. We're just gonna cry. That's all we're gonna do, I guess. Suki, buddy, listen, I need you to mimic one of your lobster friends here, okay? And you need to mimic the meteoric mutation that they can do. Sounds good? Look, I'll feed you this beanstalk for motivation. Now just do your thing. Please help us. Please help us. Please, meteoric. Please, buddy, please. Let's go, dude! He actually did it. He gave us meteoric. I just had to sweet talk him a little bit and feed him a beanstalk, and he's very happy. Can I feed you this golden egg? I think you would love this. I think you'll find it delicious. There you go. That's what you get for being a good little mimic octopus today. So we don't really need you anymore. As you can see, we now have meteoric added on to our Romanesco here, and this thing is looking very beefy today. Like, we have so many mutations on this thing and a lot of new ones here. So I'm excited. This really isn't any progress, but I just thought this was interesting. This is literally tempestuous in game right now. Like, there's a windy event and a tornado. I'm sure a lot of the people that are playing right now that don't have pterodactyls are happy because they're about to get tempestuous easy easy mode. All right, the nighttime event should be happening any second now, and we should be able to get moonlit done pretty quick and easy. We'll just wait a little bit to see if we get a meteor shower as well, so we can get celestial, because that would be an extra mutation that we can get. All right, there we go. We got our night staff to give us moonlit. So moonlit is now done and added on to our Romanesco plant here. All right, let's see if these guys will give us bloodlet. This one's running away, which he's not going to be in stud range, but I guess our other one still has hope. Oh, he's coming back. Come on, bloodlet, please. Try to give us bloodlet. Yeah. Nothing. All right, well, I'm giving up on the Kappas. We're going to go ahead and bring in some polar bears to get this thing frozen then. Just go me. You know what? I guess we could just quickly make a chilled spray as well. It only takes about 5 minutes. So maybe instead of the polar bears, I'll just do this. So I'm going to bring this over here, spray that, and now we don't even need our polar bears. So that goes a little bit faster. All right, so we're gonna wait a second. Let's see if we get celestial, but while we wait for that, let's see how many mutations we actually have on our Romanesco here. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 mutations on our Romanesco, but we separate some here, like tempestuous would have 26, spaghetti would bring us to 28, paradisal would bring us to 29, frozen would bring us to 30, and ceramic would bring us to like 32, I want to say. So that's still a lot of mutations. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get a meteor shower to apply celestial to this, and if not, we're gonna go ahead and pick it up and get amber on it. Oh, it looks like we have a sandstorm instead, but that is not a meteor shower. It looks interesting though with this. All right, so we have a couple more seconds of nighttime, and it looks like no celestial. All right, well, I kind of figured we probably wouldn't get a celestial meteor shower, but it was worth the wait to see if we get that extra mutation. But anyways, I think we have a pretty good Romanesco here, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. I am gonna go ahead and give some toys to my raptors to try and boost our chance to get amber applied to this. We have an extra mutation, so we're gonna pick this thing up and check the value with Steven, and let's see if we get amber applied. And we did get amber, so that is another mutation applied to this thing, and it's tiny now. It's just a visual bug, I guess, but this is what the Romanesco looks like. It's just very, very, very tiny in my hand, but that thing was huge, and we have all these mutations on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and check this value of this thing with Steven. So without further ado, Steven, how much would you give us for this Romanesco with like 30 something, 31 mutations on it? I don't know. There's a lot. Okay, how much? 740 billion for this thing. That is a pretty good amount for one fruit. I know there's people in this game that are like, oh, man, I get fruits that are like 1 trillion, but this is honestly a very good value for people that don't know a lot of the methods to getting gigantic fruits and making them worth 1 quadrillion billion dollars. So I think this is actually a pretty good value for this thing. I thought we had hit 1 trillion, but it's pretty close to it, and I think it's still very good. So what do you guys think? Is this worth all of these mutations on the new Romanesco? And do you guys plan on buying this when it comes in stock in the seed shop? All right, we're gonna go ahead and start off with all of our moon cats like we normally do. Let's go ahead and get all 8 of these guys spawned in to start meowing and giving us big buff to Tranquil Bloom. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our sprinklers ready here. So let's go ahead and put a master sprinkler down, godly, advanced, and basic, and we'll go ahead and put our Tranquil Bloom down right here, and there we go. We're all set up. All right, so a bunch of people in the comments have been yelling at me to start using a Triceratops with the Mooncat so I can get better growth and stuff for my plants. So fine, dude, I'll do it. Okay, I have a couple of them in my inventory here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up one of our Mooncats. I'll pick up this guy who's all the way over here, not even making an effort. Mr. Samster, you're gone, buddy. All right, and then we're gonna place our Triceratops down, and our Triceratops every 3 minutes run into 3 random plants and advance their growth by 33 minutes. All right, so our Tranquil Bloom's only at 6%. Let's see our Triceratops. Let's see how much it advances the growth. Hopefully it just makes us get 100% right away. I think it might. I think it should be that quick. Let's see. Triceratops, go ahead and ram that Tranquil Bloom for us. Thank you. Bah! That only got us another 50%, but we wait for him to do it again, then this thing will be done. I mean, that was already half of it. All right, Triceratops is about to smack this again. This should, I think, grow it to full. Let's see. No, it's only at 82%. I think I'm just gonna wait a minute here and let him finish up. So we'll come back in just a second and see what kind of fruits we can get. Okay, so I literally just got back from AFK, and I see something going on here. Oh my gosh, dude. Look how gigantic our Tranquil blooms are. I think we're going to use this one for today and try to get every mutation on this big guy here. So I'm going to go ahead and put our sprays on it. So let's do, it already has Tranquil on it. So we'll go ahead and add pollinated to it, and then we'll add chocolate to it. And shock, that should be 4 mutations. And then we'll do honey glazed, and that should be 5. Go ahead and add that here. That should be 5 mutations. And we're going to go ahead and spawn in our queen bee to get its cooldown recharge. We're going to spawn in our butterfly. And that way we can get this big Tranquil bloom here to rainbow. The queen bee will cool down our butterfly, and the butterfly will take all 5 mutations currently on this big Tranquil bloom and convert that to rainbow. On our main account over here, we are also going to spawn a queen bee to start a cooldown process here with our kitsune, so that way we can get chakra instantly added to our big Tranquil bloom as soon as it's done with getting rainbow. So let's wait for this thing to turn rainbow. I'm gonna get these other ones out of the way for now so we can actually see what we're working with, and then that way our kitsune over here will only target the big Tranquil bloom. So I will be right back. All right, in less than a minute, our queen bee will cool down our butterfly and convert all of these mutations to rainbow. And with that, I did clean up the other big Tranquil bloom, so we're down to just this big one here. Oh, and look at that. Perfect timing. We just got frost to spawn in. Okay, queen bee is done. Butterfly is going in. And our big Tranquil bloom is now rainbow. So now we can go ahead and pick up our queen bee and our butterfly, and then we're going to go ahead and favorite this big guy so we don't accidentally pick him up. And with that, we're going to add some sprays onto him. We're going to pollinate it. We're going to put chocolate on it. We're going to put shocked on it. And then we're going to put our honey glaze sprinkler on it. All right. And then over here on our main account, we're going to have our main account apply the cloud touch spray on it. And my main account doesn't have any more amber sprays at the moment, so we're not going to do that for right now. But the kitsune is also coming over here to steal our big Tranquil bloom. He just walked through it. Okay, yeah, he took the big one. There he goes. We now have 7 mutations on our Tranquil bloom, including chakra from the kitsune. I'm going to go ahead and favorite this again. And we're going to go ahead and try and get our kappas here to add wet and then get bloodlet on this before we get this thing to turn frozen. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to spawn in 2 kappas. That's 1. That's 2. And then we're going to spawn in 2 disco bees for now. So I guess we'll do 1 cooked owl for now, and then we'll do 1 chicken zombie as well. We're going to spawn in a pterodactyl to try and get windstruck, but also hopefully get us twisted so we can get tempestuous out of the way. And then finally, let's go ahead for now and spawn in a corrupted kitsune, so this guy can give us the corrupted chakra mutation on this big guy here, and then maybe also give us corrupted foxfire chakra. And we have a sandstorm. Now we just had 1 sandstorm go by, so hopefully this one's a little bit more lucky. I guess what I'll go ahead and do then is travel this over here, because this is the lucky corner. That's literally almost going into my main account's garden, by the way. This is about to touch my main account. All right, but we'll see if this helps to get sandy at all. Wait a second. Is this the spray merchant? No way. The spray merchant's here. All right, I'm going to buy some of these just so I can make sure I have them. I wish the spray merchant sold the amber mutation, but he doesn't. Did we get sandy at all? No, we did not get sandy. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, because we have these kappas that will give us the wet mutation, to save a little bit of time, though, I'm going to go ahead and keep that favorited, but I'm going to spray it with wet, just so that way this thing is already wet. And oh, and it's nighttime, but that way this thing will be wet, and then these kappas can hopefully just convert that to bloodlet a little bit faster. So I'm glad it's nighttime. This actually helps. I can save some time with the tanukis later, so I don't have to wait for them to get this thing moonlit. This should hopefully get us moonlit pretty quickly. Normally we get it pretty fast. I don't have any night staffs though, is the only problem, but I guess we don't need it, because look at that, we just got moonlit. The events tonight are actually going crazy. We're getting everything that we need. Wow, are we getting lucky? All right, so now we have a meteor shower. We'll hopefully be able to get celestial added onto this. We do have our star crawler pretty close to this, so that should affect it. Let me see. So our cooked owl's about to do something. Let's see if we get burnt. Okay, that failed. That's fine. We'll just wait for the next round of that. Our pterodactyl is about to apply. Oh, did that just give us celestial? I think so. It just flickered. Let's see. Yep, we got celestial. Perfect. We're doing good today. We're getting lucky with these events. It's like the first time we're getting this many events. All right, let's see what he does. Okay, he's doing something. Oh, wait. Okay, he applied windstruck and twisted to Tranquil bloom. Let's see if it's the correct one, though. Tempestuous. Let's go, dude. He did it to the right one. All right, so our luck today is actually really good. I think last video our luck was really bad, and now it's just like the game likes us. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this pterodactyl here, and he is good. We don't need that guy anymore. All right, I guess for now, since we have that extra spot, I will spawn in another chicken zombie to hopefully get zombified out of the way. Ah, perfect. Applied. All right, so that's another mutation done. We can go ahead and pick up our disco bees. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do now is actually spawn in my scarlet macaws here to get verdant. We did just buy some verdant sprays on my main account, but I'm going to save them for now because these guys should be able to give us verdant, and we do have a tranquil scarlet and a corrupted scarlet. So we should be able to get verdant, tranquil, and corrupted. If we don't get tranquil or corrupted, we'll at least get one of them in the event within the next 20 minutes should be the next one. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a quick check here. So we are now up to 12 mutations on our tranquil bloom. Tempestuous technically is like 2 mutations, so I guess we'd be up to 13. All right, a bunch of our pets are about to finish their cooldowns, including our corrupted kitsune, both of our scarlet birds, and our chicken zombie here is almost done, and our cooked owl. So we might have a lot of mutations get applied, or we might have a lot of fails. I guess we'll wait and see. All right, so I think these guys are first going to do their verdant attempts. Let's see if we get verdant so we don't have to use that spray. That would be nice. We could save it. Okay, verdant is applied. But I don't know if that was the right one. Burnt failed, and corrupt chakra was just applied, but that was not foxfire corrupt chakra, but we still got that applied. So let me just go ahead and double check here. Okay, yeah, so we got verdant, then we got corrupt chakra and regular chakra, so now we have harmonized chakra. And yeah, verdant actually went pretty quick the other day. It was taking forever, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply shocked to this little guy here, and I'm going to let my Raju here spawn in, and then he should target this, eat it, and then eventually apply static to our big tranquil bloom. All right, our cooked owl just applied the burnt mutation to our tranquil bloom here. So we now have burnt added onto there. I'm gonna make sure I keep this favorited though, because I don't want our Raju over here to eat our big tranquil bloom. Raju is about to add static to our big tranquil bloom. It's about to eat it. And last time I thought it ran my pockets, but it actually gives you money. And it actually did give me money. Okay, I didn't know that because last time I was saying that it ran my pockets and then ate my fruit. But no, it actually gives you money and then it just eats one of your fruits. So you guys in the comments are right. I'm sorry that I'm stupid and dumb and stupid. Our tranquil bloom here now has static applied to it and burnt from those 2 mutations from our cooked owl and from our Rajus. Tranquility. All right. Well, I guess with that, Cappy here becomes completely useless because this is about to mutate this big guy into Tranquil. All right, that should be in. Yep, there we go. Our big guy is now Tranquil. So I can actually go ahead and just get rid of Cappy because we already have Verdant and Tranquil. So now this guy's useless. But our corrupted one here, Molly, maybe, just maybe, will give us corrupted so we don't have to wait another hour for that event to come by. Okay, so a heat wave just spawned in and our tanning mirror just got smacked by a heat wave beam, which means that our tranquil bloom is now actually paradisal, which just upgraded our verdant, and now we have a better multiplier. All right, our chicken zombies officially applied zombified to our tranquil bloom finally. So we have zombified out of the way. So we can go ahead and pick up all of our chicken zombies here. And now it's pretty much just down to these two. Either our scarlet will give us corrupted or we'll just wait for the event to happen within the next 40 minutes. And our kappas just need to get us bloodlet. And besides that, we just really need a sandstorm and aurora. But this thing is looking good. It should be pretty expensive. I'm hoping for over $1 trillion today for this thing. We should make some good money, I would think. I mean, look at the size of this, dude. All right, it is the hour mark, which means we now have a corrupted event. It does go back and forth, so now it's corrupted. Earlier it was tranquil, but I don't know if we got bloodlet at all, so I'm gonna go ahead and unfavorite this and see. And no, but our wet turned into drench, so I don't know if these guys can actually give us bloodlet if it's drenched instead of wet. I mean, drenched is pretty much the same thing as wet. It's just like a little bit of a better version of wet, but I don't know if they will affect that and give us bloodlet anymore. At the same time though, overall, we're still doing pretty good. I mean, this thing has 18 mutations on it. And again, if you separate some of these, like tempestuous would be up to 19, paradisal would be up to 20, and then harmonized chakra would be up to 21. So yeah, we have quite a lot of mutations on this thing. I do really want to get bloodlet, but I don't know if we can anymore because we don't have wet. We only have drench. All right, well, we've been at this for a few hours, and these kappas have been placed as the first pet today, and have been sitting here for hours, and we still don't have bloodlet, not even on these fruits over here that are wet. So I think at this rate, because we've been waiting and there's still no bloodlet, and I don't even know if they can get drenched to bloodlet, we're gonna go ahead and apply the chilled mutation to this for my main account. So now this thing can be frozen instead of drenched, and now we are up to 18 mutations still, but if you separate everything, it would be up to 22 total mutations. So pretty much all we'd really need at this rate, besides bloodlet, we didn't get that. We would just need Aurora, and then we'd need Sandy, so we could turn Sandy into ceramic. And then we'd pretty much have all of the legit mutations. Now, the one that we also are technically missing is Amber, but we have a shot at trying to get Amber whenever we pick this thing up, because we have our raptors here. So we are going to pick this thing up and check the value with Steven, and hopefully our raptors actually help us out and possibly give us Amber. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this big Tranquil bloom, and we're going to check the value with Steven. All right, let's check it. And it's really hard to tell if it has amber. It doesn't look like the outer ice is the amber color, and I think it probably would have notified us if it was amber. I mean, this thing is huge, dude. I think we're not going to have any issues with pricing for today. I think this thing is going to definitely be worth. Let's go ahead and without further ado, check the value with Steven and see how much our Tranquil bloom is worth. So Steven, what are we looking at? I'm hyped for this one. Only 163 billion actually for this giant Tranquil bloom with all of these mutations on it. I feel like this one should have been worth a lot more from how big the sizing was on it. I feel like the price for this thing is a little nerfed, and it probably needs a little bit of a buff for it being in the top 3 values of fruits in this game. But I think they are trying to crack down and nerf some of the values of fruits on this game, because some of them are very expensive and they grow huge. Because of that, you can see like my main account, I've had some really big fruits and I'm over 1 quadrillion on it. Anyways, let me know down in the comments below if you think this was worth all the effort put into it for the value. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant this thing down, and I'm actually just gonna get it to fully grow real quick. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently because everybody's been telling me, oh, Bandites, you gotta do it this way, you gotta do it this way. So I'm gonna be trying something a little bit different today. So we're gonna actually let this thing grow in fully, and once it's grown in, then we're gonna throw some sprinklers down and our mooncats to try and get this thing to get a big, giant, juicy tomato on it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my mooncats out here so we can get this thing to grow a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get 7, actually we could probably just get 8 mooncats because this thing will grow pretty quick. And then sprinklers, let's go ahead and stack some sprinklers on this thing. So let's do a grandmaster, a master, there we go. I don't know why it's not working. Godly, pro, advanced, and basic. And then with that, I'm going to go ahead and drag this back over here so the mooncats want the pancakes, and they all give me some big tomatoes maybe, right? Is this tomato okay? Oh, there we go. It's growing. It's growing a big tomato. All right, I'm going to actually pick these up because I think we can get bigger. And what we're going to do is let these mooncats sleep. Come on, guys. Go to bed. Go CP. Go CP mode. All right, I'm going to put it like right in here where there's all these mooncats right here and right here. This is good stuff. This one's reaching a lot of them, though. I guess I could use my Triceratops to try and help me out with this today. Maybe water it a little bit more, huh? Oh, that's our tomato. That's pretty big. With that, let's go ahead and get some sprays applied to this thing so we can get it ready to become rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and put pollinated on it. We'll do a chocolate on it, a shocked, honey glazed, and it has silver. That's technically a growth mutation, and it won't actually count towards getting rainbow. So we need to get one more. I'll use my main account for the next one. I have a ton of windstruck sprays, and I always use pterodactyls, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply that from over there, and there we go. We should now have, yeah, there we go, windstruck. That is 5 mutations, so we can go ahead and pick up all these mooncats, and then we're gonna go ahead and spawn in our queen bee, and we will spawn in our butterfly here. And then with that, we're also going to spawn in a golden goose, because this guy I'm going to use to get an egg spawned in. So once this is done, we can move over fortune to it right away. That will save some time in the long run. And the butterfly's cooldown is so long that the queen bee will only target the butterfly. I mean, by the time the golden goose is done, the queen bee will be still cooling down. So we can get that golden egg in here, and then we can get fortune moved over in just a little bit once that is ready. And then in the meantime, I'm going to come over here on my main account. Hello, main account. And I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a queen bee over here as well. And we're going to spawn in our kitsune over here. And that way we will get chakra applied to this tomato in just a second. And we'll get some mutations started on our tomato. So hopefully this goes well. Hopefully we get some good mutations and make some good money off this tomato. I don't know how much it's going to be. I'm curious to see. Yeah, we have a lot of mutations to go through. So let's get started. We'll be right back. We're going to wait for this to get rainbow. All right, so a little progress here, but our golden goose is is now going to lay our fortune egg that we can go ahead and move fortune over from to our tomato. All right, so our golden goose is done with its egg laying job. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this golden egg over here. So hopefully my kitsune doesn't target it, but we will use a Spinosaurus in just a little bit to move that fortune over to our tomato, which will be nice. All right, our queen bee's cooldown is done. Queen bee is cooling down the butterfly, and the butterfly is now going to convert all of this to rainbow. So we get that 50 times multiplier on the tomato. There we go. Boom, it is now rainbow. So we can pick up our queen bee and our butterfly and start applying some mutations to this rainbow tomato. So I'm gonna go ahead and favorite it real quick so I don't accidentally pick it up. So now we can go ahead and go down some sprays here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the honey glaze spray to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply fried, shocked, pollinated, and chocolate. And then on my main account, I'm going to apply some extra sprays from over there. And also our kitsune is on the way, so hopefully he targets this and not the golden egg behind me. Bro, he wants the egg. Why does this guy want the egg? All right, well, that's fine. Spinosaurus will move both mutations over to this in just a second. So anyways, on my main account though, I'm going to apply the bloom mutation spray, the verdant mutation spray, burnt, and also cloud touched. So now on this thing, we will have 10 mutations. And then once we get these two moved over, that'll be 12 mutations. So that is good to go. I'm going to go ahead then and I guess spawn in 2 Spinosauruses here so we can get fortune and chakra moved over. And with that, since these guys have to move that over, I might as well go ahead and spawn in a couple carrots here. And with that, I'm going to spawn in a pterodactyl so we can get tempestuous done and out of the way. And I'm going to also spawn in my corrupt kitsune. So actually, you know what? I'm going to place these Spinos in like 5 more minutes because I want the corrupt kitsune to apply its mutations and then have both of the Spinos eat the fortune, the chakra, tempestuous, and corrupt chakra. So that way everything gets moved over. So we'll do all that. We'll worry about that in a second. But anyways, all right. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in our corrupted scarlet. Since corrupt takes forever to get, I'm going to spawn in our tranquil scarlet because tranquil takes forever to get. And then I'm also going to spawn in 2 lobsters since molten and meteoric take forever to get, and that'll help with those. And then again, we're going to respawn our Spinos, so that will take up those last 2 slots. And then we'll get the pterodactyl to give us tempestuous, and we'll give the corrupt kitsune to give us corrupt chakra, and we'll just get that all moved over. This is structured a little bit differently than I normally do it. I usually do a couple different pets first, but this will save some time in the long run because we can get through more pets faster once we get all this out of the way. Once we can get this out of the way and the Spinos out of the way, then we can spawn in all of our other pets, and this whole process will just kind of go a lot faster. I think. I hope. It should. All right, so I think our corrupt kitsune is under the Spinosaurus timer now, so they should be good. I'm going to go ahead and spawn those guys back in then. All right, so our pterodactyl is pretty much done with this cooldown actually this time, so I'm going to go ahead and apply... Hey, buddy, stop moving. There you go. Give him a toy. He's going to do some stuff. And okay, we got Twisted and Windstruck on 2 carrots, so we have 2 of them with tempestuous. We only really need 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this one with Windstruck, and I'll pick up this one with tempestuous. There we go. So the other one has it directly on it. There we go. Yeah, this got Windstruck directly on it, but this will convert to tempestuous in just a second. So pterodactyl's job is done. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a couple more carrots here for the corrupt kitsune. All right, there we go. That should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and unfavorite that one with tempestuous, so our Spinos can move that over in just a second. And oh, there's one with silver. Hold on, let me get rid of that. I don't want them to try to move that because that will just go to nothing since we already have rainbow. All right, there we go. So we're good there. We can go ahead and pick up pterodactyl, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in spaghetti sloth because this dude needs 4 mutations, and that should be good. And then our Spinos are looking good. They're almost done with their cooldowns, so at least getting closer. Our corrupt kitsune's getting lower as well. I guess we can go ahead and boost our lobsters to try and get us molten done and out of the way. Hopefully they just don't add it to the tempestuous one, but okay. Anyways, that's a pretty good setup there. And yeah, we just got to really wait for this corrupted kitsune to be done with corrupt chakra, and then we got to wait for these Spinos to move all that over in a second. So hopefully they hurry up. Hopefully things hurry up here. I'm gonna try to get wet on this from like a kappa and then use a jackalope to get that to clay, and then we'll get ceramic done, which I don't even really know if it'll matter if we have ceramic or not, because if we have ceramic, then we can't have fried and burnt, which are already applied, and if we have fried and burnt, then we can't have ceramic. So it's like we either get 2 mutations or 1. Either way, we're still getting some pretty good multipliers. Also, sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, let's see if we get molten. I just did some molten in my pants.
Boy, what the f—
Oh, molten to one of the carrots. Which one got it? Okay, it's this one over here. All right, so the Spinos usually eat like 4 mutations at once. So one should eat fortune, and then carrot number 1, carrot number 2, and the other one should just eat chakra, and all that will get moved over. But yes, we got molten done and out of the way. We just need to get meteoric, and then we can move these lobsters out of the way, which would be Good. Corrupt Kitsune is almost done, so I'm gonna boost him. Same with these Spinos. Actually, I'm gonna wait like an extra minute just to make sure I don't waste a toy, because sometimes these guys only have like a 2-second timer difference. So let me just wait a second here. All right, I think we should be good now to at least boost the Corrupt Kitsune. He should be good no matter what now for that. Yeah, there we go. So we'll get that in just 2 minutes. And then I guess these Spinos, they should be fine. Let me see. Yeah, 3 minutes. All right, so this should help. Let's go ahead and get these guys done. And we'll be back in 2 minutes when these things, all these pets are ready to do some justice for us or something like that. All right, it's about time for the magic to happen, okay? So Corrupt Kitsune... Oh, first time I got the Eclipsed event. I didn't know that's how it did. I was so confused. Anyways, Corrupt Kitsune is going to shoot some stuff out. Let's see if we get Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire Corrupt Chakra. What are you gonna do, buddy? He's just shooting everything. He's shooting everything. Oh, we got it directly put onto the tomato. Good news for us. Wait, that is the wrong tomato. That is not good news for us. I'm gonna go ahead and actually pick that one up. I thought it was the right tomato. Okay, we got eclipsed on one of these carrots. That's good. I'm gonna go ahead and he got it on so many different things, dude. Look at all these eclipsed things, dude. I'm overstimulated. I'm overstimulated. I don't know. We don't have time. The Spino's about to do their thing. All right, quickly. Did we get eclipsed on this directly? Yes, we did. Okay, so we can go ahead and pick up eclipsed of that, and then we can go ahead and pick up one of these corrupt chakras, and then we got tempestuous. All right, and then we can pick up this eclipsed. All right, cool. Let's carefully pick up. I guess we'll keep that wet one. They can move that over. That's fine. All right, cool. We got wet, tempestuous, corrupt chakra, eclipsed, and molten. That's fine. And then this guy's eating some stuff. Oh, this one has harmonized chakra on it, actually, so he could just eat that and move that over. Cool. He's doing that. He's doing exactly that. All right, cool. Get that tempestuous. Eat that up. Yummy, yummy. Yes, yes. All right. Can we get that molten, though? All right, we got wet, harmonized chakra, tempestuous, and I guess corrupt chakra, even though we don't need that now. What is this guy doing? Wait, he's gonna eat one more. Eat that molten, please. Eat that molten, please. Eat that molten, please. I don't know. He didn't eat molten, but he did eat fortune and tempestuous again, I guess, and corrupt chakra. All right, so they did not move over molten, so that's kind of unfortunate. But we can leave that molten there, I guess, and they will move that over soon. So we'll leave that one there, and we're good. All right, well, we got a lot of stuff done, but I guess we'll leave them. So in the next roundabout, they will eat both mutations, and we can get that molten for sure added on. But in the meantime, we don't need this corrupt Kitsune anymore. He did his job at least, and we got a ton of mutations done and added onto this tomato, so it is looking pretty good here. All right, and I guess since we got wet done, we can go ahead and spawn in a jackalope to get the sandy mutation, so we can get that converted over to ceramic. So let's go ahead and get a jackalope in here. Can we get sandy done, please? Let's get that sandy done out of the way. Don't think about doing it on the carrot either, by the way. Just do it on the tomato, please. Okay, he failed. You know what? That's fine. He's also trying to apply to this tiny little tomato on there that I can't even see, bro. Where even is that little thing? Hey, stop. You're being loud. What are you going to give us first? All right, we got sauce on the tomato. I guess that makes the most sense. So good job with that. Can we get this jackalope sandy mutation done, please? And then maybe if we can get meteoric done, that'd be nice too. Let's check the timer on my phone. We have about 4 minutes left for the Tranquil and the corrupt. So I'm going to go ahead and boost these guys to hopefully get those two out of the way, maybe. Let's see. Oh. Okay, we got Sandy. Sandy's done, but Corrupt and Tranquil failed. But Sandy is done and applied to the tomato. Is it the right tomato? Of course it's not the right tomato. Why would he do it on the right one? But that's fine. We can use our Spinos to move that over, so that shouldn't be a big problem there. So we can go ahead and pick up the jackalope. He is done with his job, and I guess we'll start out next with a disco bee. Oh, and we have a heat wave event. Good timing here, so now we can get sun-dried. I'll turn our verdant in there to paradisal, which is good. All right, we have paradisal on our tomato now, and we also have sun-dried on this tomato, which we didn't really need, but that's fine. More work for the Spinosauruses, but we should in one round get this done, because they'll eat eclipsed and maybe sandy, and then it'll eat molten, and then like sun-dried, and then they'll get all applied to this. So that should be fine, and we can get rid of these Spinos for a little bit. But yeah, we have paradisal on there, which is good. Yeah, once sandy gets moved over, they'll turn into clay, and that should instantly go to ceramic, but it will probably get rid of our burnt and our fried, but I guess that is okay. I guess. I don't know. I guess that's fine. Meteoric. I'm manifesting some meteoric mutation right now. Let's go! First try. Actually, that is never happened usually, but hey, that's good. And we got paradisal on this smith, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for the Spinos, but they'll sort it out. But hey, we got meteoric done. I'm happy with that. That will save us some time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn another disco bee to try and get disco done and out of the way, so we can not worry about that one anymore. Let's get the junk bot going, because oil takes a while. Oh, we need to get the raiju done, actually. Maybe instead of the junk bot, since the raiju's a pretty easy one to do, I'm gonna go ahead and get him done next then. All right, actually, let's just wait. Let's wait a second, because I want these Spinos to move over some mutations real quick. We really need to get that meteoric sandy, and molten moved over. I don't know if we're gonna get all those that lucky, but let's let them actually do another wave real quick, so I'll save some time in the long haul. And then we'll spawn on the Raiju once their cooldowns are a couple minutes less. All right, I think I'm ready to make some life decisions now. So here we go. Our Spinos have about 8 minutes left on their cooldown. So what that means is I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys a toy because now they'll have 4 minutes. And now because they have less cooldown than the Raiju will have, I'm gonna spawn this guy in, and I'm gonna wait a second once these guys are done to put a carrot down for the Raiju to eat, and then he can apply static to our tomato. Our Disco Bee cooldown is also almost done, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a boost here. Where's that? This one. That way we can try and get Disco done and out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and give a boost to our Spaghetti Sloth to get the next ingredient done, and also hopefully get Aromatic done and out of the way, since that one usually takes a while. And then both of our Scarlets here still have quite a while for their cooldown, so I'm gonna wait to give them any kind of boost. Come on, Spaghetti Sloth, give us that Aromatic. Let's get that done. Failed. Okay, that's not getting it done, but we still love you, I think. There's no way this Disco Bee fails. Am I right? Like, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna give us Disco, and it's gonna be directly on the tomato, so we have less to worry about with the Spinosauruses, and it's gonna be like a really good time. All right, come on. Disco. I thought we had something going on. I thought we felt each other there, but you know what? That's fine. Maybe Biscuit's got it under control this time around. I don't know. Maybe they just all hate me. Are you kidding me? You're coming for the carrot? What are you going for? But yeah, he's applying mutation to this carrot. I don't know why he's over there doing it, but we did get meatballs. So honestly, if we get that moved over, that'd be great. But that's another roundabout. We got to go with these Spinosauruses. So, these guys just be applying all the mutations to not the main tomato, but that's fine. He's eating off this carrot, even though he's like way over there. Okay, we got Molten. That's what we needed. Perfect. All right, get Meteoric or Sandy. Okay, we got Meteoric. Perfect. That was a perfect run. Good job, Spino. All right, now, next guy. Hey, buddy, need you to focus here. You got to do Meatball, and you got to do Sandy. We don't want Eclipse, and we don't want Paradisal. We already have those. Okay, what are you eating? What do you got? Okay, Meatball. Good job, buddy. You can do this. You got to just do the Sandy. You just got to do the Sandy. Bro, you ruined it. I was getting so hyped up, and then you ruined it. Ooh, I would like to eat the Paradisal, even though you already would have that on your plant. I would like to eat the Paradisal. I just realized I'm tripping, by the way. I probably should get rid of these Disco Bees. We got Disco. Sorry, I'm kind of dumb, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick these guys up then, and we'll swap them with some new pets. But our Raiju here is about to do some cool stuff and eat this stupid bugged carrot, and then apply static to the tomatoes. All right, here comes Raiju. He's eating the bugged carrot. Let's see if it disappears, though. Okay, there we go. It's gone. And boom. Static applied to both tomatoes. So Raiju is done as well. Let's go ahead and pick him up. With that, let's go ahead and spawn in 2 chicken zombies now so we can get zombified done and out of the way. And then we can get the junk bot back in here officially to try and apply oil for us. This video is actually gone a lot faster than all the other ones, I think, because our pets have actually cooperated and we kind of had a faster process today on how we did all this. I think this is a better strategy, so we're not waiting around wasting time. I'm hoping soon though that the devs add a way to get more pets, like active pets at a time, only because there's so many pets in this game now. So if you really want to stack mutations, there should be a way that you could upgrade your active pets to have a little bit more, even if there was like only 10. That would really help me out. 8 pets is a lot, but it'd be nice to have a couple more since there's so many in this game now, and there's so many different items and fruits and plants and blah 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 blah. So our Spaghetti Sloth is about to apply its next mutation. Hopefully it's pasta, so we can get spaghetti done. Let's see if we get anything. Okay, we got pasta done. We didn't get Tranquil. What about Corrupt? Can we get Corrupt done, please? Corrupt has failed as well. Very sad. But hey, man, we got pasta done. And also we technically now have clay on the tomatoes. So if he just, these Spinos just move that over, then that wet will be gone. Or actually, I'll probably stay, and then we'll get ceramic done, and then we can get frozen applied. Now we just need aromatic from that guy, and we still need to get Tranquil, and we still need to get Corrupt from our Scarlets. So I'm gonna go ahead and set another timer for them, and hopefully they will help us this next time actually get those mutations done. The next wave of magic is about to happen, and you're going to witness it here. Our Spinosaurus is about to eat some mutations, or a mutation off our tomato, and then the other one will do the same thing, and then hopefully they actually give us the ones we need. So the only one we don't need actually out of the stack here is static. So as long as you get clay, disco, and pasta, we're good. What you eat, buddy? Okay, he ate clay. Good. Now that should actually instantly make this turn into ceramic. Yeah, it's ceramic now. We have lost, fried, and burnt, but we have ceramic, which I believe is a better multiplier overall. Let me do some research on that while Junkbot does this thing. Oh. Okay, he failed. You failed me. You failed me, Junkbot. I was doing research and you failed me while I was looking away. I'm very sad. Okay, so ceramic is a 30 times multiplier. What about fried and burnt? Yo, we got aromatic done directly on the tomato. Spaghetti sloth, you're a good little guy, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and pick you up, and your job has been done. I'm gonna spawn in a mimic octopus. What's our next spina going to eat? Static. That's the one we didn't need, and then he just spit it right back out onto static. So you pretty much did nothing for us. I hope you're proud. Why do that? All right, yeah, so ceramic is better. So it's actually fine if we lose fried and burnt. Fried is 8 times, burnt is 4 times, and ceramic is 30 times. So 30 times compared to like 12 times. Yeah, much better. Anyways, yeah, our spaghetti sloth is done. We're pretty much just waiting now for the spinos to actually eat the right mutations and apply it so we can get spaghetti completed on the tomato and get disco. Okay, actually, we got lucky there in the second chicken zombie just applied zombified directly to the tomato. So good for us, I guess. That is done. We have zombified now on the right one. Wow, these guys are coming in clutch. All right, so yeah, we just need corrupt, tranquil, and oil. All right, so I had my microphone muted as I recorded those last 2 clips, but we did get one of our Spinosauruses to actually move over Disco to our main tomato, so that is good to go. And then we had one of our Scarlets actually apply the Corrupt mutation, so now we need the Spinosauruses to move Corrupt and Pasta over to our main tomato, and then those will be done. But we still need to wait for Tranquil, and we're also still need to wait for oil from our junk bot. Now, I'm going to wait for these Spinos to do another roundabout here and try and get Corrupt and Pasta moved over. They've been moving over Static and like the wrong ones. So once they move over these 2, I will spawn in my Queen Bee to actually help the cooldowns for the Mimic Octopus, the Junk Bot, and then also this Tranquil Scarlet. So that way we can try and save some more time. I'm actually just going to go ahead and AFK. I'm also going to throw out some Raptors here so we can work on getting them leveled up so we can get better chances for Amber. And I'm going to go ahead and throw down a Queen Bee to help with some cooldowns, and that should be good. I would throw down 2 Queen Bees, but then they usually just cool down each other and it doesn't really help. So I'm just going to do 1, and that should be a decent setup. And I'm going to go ahead and AFK now. All right, so I AFK'd for about an hour and magic happened, dude, okay? On our tomato here, I actually checked, and we did get that nighttime event as I was expecting, so we did get Moonlit officially added to our tomato. And with that, our bird finally applied Tranquil. We finally had our Spinosauruses move over that Pasta mutation, so we were able to get Spaghetti completed. We are good. We have pretty much all of our mutations. The only thing we could really get at this point is Aurora, Bloodlit, and Celestial, but we did not get any Aurora events in the last couple hours recording this, so I don't know if we'll be getting any of those. Oh, and I guess Acidic. Yeah, Acidic would have been nice too, but Bloodlit we could get from the Kappas, but they just take forever. So anyways, we have our tomato here with 25 mutations, and we did have fried and burnt on it, which would have been 27 mutations, but those got taken away for ceramic. But if we split the mutations on this, tempestuous makes this 26 mutations, spaghetti makes this 28, paradisal makes this 29, frozen makes this up to 30, ceramic makes this pretty much up to like 32, and I guess technically even like 34 since we lost fried and burnt, and then harmonized chakra would be about 35. So this tomato has a lot of mutations on it. It's a pretty good size. I guess probably one of the best sizes you can get for a tomato. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I don't know how big of a tomato you can get, but this is one of the biggest tomatoes I have seen. Anyways, regardless, I think we have a pretty good tomato here with all the mutations. I'm going to go ahead and give some boost to my raptors to see if we'll get amber. So let's go ahead and pick this thing up. Okay, we did not get amber this time around, but that is fine. We did get eclipse, which is like a bonus that we got instead of amber, so that's pretty good. So without further ado, Steven, what would you value my tomato at with all these mutations on it? Okay, this is actually not bad. So yeah, 84 million is actually pretty good for this tomato. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this thing is not usually going to be worth that much. I mean, for almost 100 million, that's pretty good for a tomato. You would never really see a tomato with this many mutations and worth this much in this game. Usually, if you're gonna get this many mutations, you would do it on a better fruit and you'd make so much more money into the billions or trillions. But for this being just a little old tomato, 84 million is pretty good. And honestly, I expected less than that, so I'm happy with that value. Let me know what you guys think, though, down in the comments below. And also, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe for bonus points, and I'll see you guys in the next one. the glimmering mutation. I can't think, but yeah, I did some trading and we got these two. And actually I traded and I got this age 52 one. I guess whoever had this was just spamming level up lollipops on it or something. So yeah, it's actually a pretty higher level one, so that should be good with the cooldown. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I do want to point out as well, as I was doing some of this event and playing around with it a little bit, we actually got a couple of our beanstalks here moonlit, and we did get some glimmering already, and we do have a chakra beanstalk for my main account because I was using both accounts to grind the event. Yeah, so we have a couple of the mutations already done and ready, and we can get those moved over with the Spino shortly. But in the meantime, let's go ahead, and I know you guys are gonna probably tell me to use the green bean, but I'm gonna actually be using the mooncats again today with a triceratops, because I think this combo just works a little bit better. The green bean takes 30 minutes, and last time I did it with the pepper, it was pretty pathetic, the growth that we got. So I'm not going to be doing that again, okay? But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and grow this Wispwing here, and this thing actually looks really cool when you grow it. So we're going to go ahead and grow the actual plant first, get this thing to 100%, and then we'll put some sprinklers down, let our mooncats do the thing, and get a very big Wispwing fruit. But yeah, again, this thing looks insane. You'll have to see it whenever we fully grow it, dude. You're going to be like, whoa, that thing is really cool. Especially if you haven't seen it yet. It's insane. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and water this thing. It's going to need a lot of watering. I guess we can go ahead and get some advanced sprinklers on it just to help with the growth process. Yeah, this is like going nowhere in life right now. It's literally a 0% grown Wispwing, and I'm already using so many watering cans. Hold on, I know a magic trick I can do. Don't mind me. Alakazam. Wow. Wow, it grew in really quick. But look at this thing, dude. It looks insane. It's literally a plant that moves and has wings on it. That is crazy. That is crazy awesome. But anyways, now that we have this first one grown, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And we're going to actually put some sprinklers down now. You didn't see anything, by the way. That wasn't me who did that. I'm going to go ahead and put down a Grandmaster sprinkler, a Master. Let's go ahead and do a Godly. And we already have some advanced, but I will do an extra advanced in there. And I will put down a basic sprinkler as soon as I can find it in here. There it is. All right, there we go. So now we have all of our sprinklers set, and then once our mooncats start sleeping on this thing, it should get pretty big, I hope. And then our triceratops will also help speed up the fruit growth process a little bit, and we should be good. All right, some of our mooncats are coming over here. Start sleeping. Come on, there we go. We got a pretty good stack right there. All right, put this right in there for a second. All right, there we go. That should help a little bit with the growth. This thing has an average value of about 180,000 shekels, so I think we could probably make a lot of money with this thing once we get all the mutations on it. So this is going to be a crazy one. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see if we get a big one now. Now, I know, again, like, people are like, oh, use the green bean. It's a 5 times bonus, and I guess if you mix that with the mooncats, it's pretty good, but otherwise, it's like the... Oh, it's starting to grow. But otherwise, why are you hitting my beanstalk, bro? That thing is already grown. Oh, he's hitting this now. All right, there we go. All right, well, that was a 33-minute and did nothing. I hope this is a big one. But anyways, yeah, the green bean's a good, like, 5 times multiplier, and if you mix it with the mooncats, it's good. But if you do get multiple mooncats to sleep on your plant, I mean, you do get 1.86 times, and you can easily pass up that 5 times multiplier that the green bean gives. But again, I know if you mix them all together, you can have some magic happen, and yeah, like, I'm sure it's better, okay? But it just takes a long time, and last time I did it, it kind of showed me that it hated me, and I didn't get anything good from it. So that's why I'm not doing it right now. All right, so here's our new Wispwing. Where's the top of this thing, bro? Look at it. It's all the way up there. Look at it flapping its wings. It's beautiful. This is probably my favorite fruit in the game now, by far. Like, this thing looks insane. I'm so excited for this one. All right, but there's our beautiful Wispwing. It is gigantic, and I think we have a pretty good size here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is pick up all these mooncats now, and our triceratops. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in our queen bee, and I'm gonna favorite this for a second just so I don't accidentally touch that. All right, let's go ahead and do our queen bee. Let's do our butterfly, and let's go ahead and get some mutations on it. So the silver mutation doesn't actually count because it's a growth mutation, so that won't actually help us get the rainbow mutation. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a honey sprinkler down, and let's go ahead and do our sprays here. So I'll do a shock spray, chocolate spray, pollinated spray, and I guess I'll go ahead and just use that chilled spray. And there we go. We have 5 mutations now for our butterfly to convert this Wispwing to rainbow. And once it's rainbow, we can go ahead and get started and get this thing to look amazing and mutated. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it unfavorited. We're gonna sit right here by the sign so I don't accidentally pick it up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna gift myself, or actually, I can't gift myself sprays. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more shocked sprays onto my main account. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. I'm over on my main account, but you can actually, I didn't realize this, you can craft and buy the glimmering sprays in here if you want to save some time, which is nice. I thought you could only get it from the event, but I guess you can get it in here. All right, well, that might not be there forever, but we can take advantage of that for now. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and gift myself some more shock sprays or get them on my main account so we have more of that because we need those. We're almost out, which is crazy. Our brighter stack of shock sprays is about to run out, and there's no sign of the admin program coming back, or at least they don't like me because I haven't heard anything. All right, so it's time for the magic to happen. The queen bee is now going to cool down our butterfly, and our butterfly is now going to go ahead and convert all those mutations to rainbow on the Wispwing. And there we go. We are now done, and we have rainbow on our Wispwing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these guys here, and let's go ahead and favorite this so we don't accidentally pick it up. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get our sprays going. So we're gonna go ahead and put shock back onto this. Pollinated, chocolate, and we'll do a honey glaze sprinkler so we can get honey glaze back onto here. And then on our main account over here, we're going to apply the cloud touch spray and the verdant spray. And then as you can see here, I actually spawned in our sugar apples already. And what we're going to go ahead and do is use our apple gazelle here to attempt to get the warp mutation. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a boost, and let's go ahead and try and get the warp mutation on something. We're going to carefully pick these up until we get it. Okay, we got the warp mutation on a sugar apple over here. Let's go ahead and travel this so we don't pick that up, and we're going to leave that over there. And then I guess we can go ahead and move these all to the corner. I'm going to keep these spawned in from now on because we always need to get that warp mutation now. So just like our beanstalk, I'm going to keep both of these spawned in, and if they get mutations on them, our Spinos will just move them over. So anyways, that's good. These are all done. I'm going to move those, and let's go ahead and pick up that apple gazelle. And then real quick, I'm going to go ahead... Excuse me, I'm dying.
Hey, yo, what the?
I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in these mandrakes here. We're gonna spawn in an advanced sprinkler, and we're gonna spawn in, or try to plant some mandrake seeds here and get the rot mutation done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple mandrake seeds and use my watering cans, and we're gonna do this until we get that rot mutation out of the way. And there we go. We got rot on a sugar apple and a beanstalk, so that's perfect. Now let's go ahead and do our guaranteed pets. So we're going to go ahead and do our lemon lion here to get that brain rot mutation done. We're going to do our peach wasp to get that plasma mutation done. Let's do the pterodactyl. Okay, every time I try to search pterodactyl, I get the corrupt kazoo, but we do need to get him done, so we'll do that. And then we'll do the pterodactyl. Hello, pterodactyl right here. And there we go. That's 4 guaranteed mutation pets spawned in. And then we're going to go ahead and do some disco bees here. So let's do 4 disco bees to hopefully get that disco mutation done and out of the way. I wanted to point out too that I have this ascended mooncat now that I also traded for. I forgot to mention earlier in the video, but this guy can help us get the dawn-bound mutation applied. However, he does take like 5 to 6 hours. It could be less, but it's usually a very long time. So once we have some pets done and our Spinos are going, I'll probably try and spawn this guy in, and then we can try and AFK and get dawn-bound. But I am in kind of a rush today because I do head out tomorrow, so I have a lot to get done, and I have to send this over to my editor before, you know, I go to sleep and stuff. So I might not do dawn-bound this video. If we don't get it in time, I might just skip it. But by the next videos, well, besides the ones when I'm on vacation, but whenever I get back, we'll try and get dawn-bound on every fruit moving forward so we can get that extra multiplier bonus. Oh wait, you know what? We have some new pets, right? So maybe I should work on the cockatrice here to actually get that toxic mutation, because I believe he is guaranteed. So let's go and pick up this disco bee and place him down. Let's see. I think he's a guaranteed mutation. Yeah, so every 9 minutes he spits out 6 different fruits and apparently eggs and pets. Oh, okay, and eggs advance and pets gain XP, but the fruits get the toxic mutation. So he's a guarantee, so I'll get him done out of the way as well, because we got to get that done. But the disco bees, I think these 3 guys should be fine on their own. So we'll let them get us disco, and we'll wait for all these other guys to give us their guaranteed mutations, and then move on. All right, so our lemon lion is about to apply brain rot to something, so let's just get that done out of the way. There we go. We got brain rot on a sugar apple, so that's perfect. That's all we needed from him. So we're going to pick him up, and we're going to go ahead and replace him with another disco bee just to up our chances to getting disco done and out of the way. That should be good. We're going to go ahead and BRB for another couple minutes. All right, so our cooldown timer actually bugged and got above the regular pterodactyl timer. So let's see if we get tempestuous. All right, we did get tempestuous to 2 sugar apples, so pterodactyl is done. Thank you for your service. And then our disco bees will be giving us hopefully disco the next minute, and our cockatrice should hopefully give us that toxic mutation. I do have to reboost him though because his toy was way off of his cooldown. Let's go ahead and get that toxic mutation done and out of the way. I think this was supposed to be a mutation in the game forever ago, and then it just never got added until now. But there we go. We got toxic on some beanstalks, some sugar apples, so he is done with his job. Thank you for that. And let's hopefully get disco done now from these disco bees. We have 3 of them ready, then the other guy accidentally boosted, but he'll be ready in a few more minutes. And let's see, let's get us disco, please. Zaza, disco, please. Failed. Disco, please. Zeffy. Failed. Disco, please. Gigi. Please, Gigi, please. Please, Gigi. And failed. Okay, well, maybe our hope will be Flay. But we do have 2 more pet slots. We can go ahead and spawn some stuff in here. So I think with those 2 slots, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my jackalopes so we can get that sandy mutation done and out of the way, and get that applied to something. So we have sandy ready and we can start getting ceramic done a little bit. So these guys are usually pretty quick. I might just give them a quick boost anyways, just to help, just to give them a little bit more of a percent chance, because their cooldowns are quick, but their percent chance is pretty low. But that gives them to an 18% chance to get sandy done. All right, first time's the charm. The jackalope just applied sandy to one of our sugar apples, so these guys are good. We can go ahead and get them out of the way, which is perfect. And again, we still have a couple of pets to wait for here. I'm going to reboost my Flay Disco Bee wherever he is, over there. All right, so hopefully he will come in clutch and give us disco. But again, we have 2 more pet slots, so I guess we can go ahead and get started on let's see, we have quite a lot of pets still to go through, but I know a lot of these pets we'll have to use for our AFK grind, but I don't know what I want to do, bro. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and get 2 chicken zombies because we got to get those guys done anyways. So we'll go ahead and get these 2 ready, and hopefully one of these guys will give us the zombified mutation quickly, and then we can swap them out with some more chicken zombies in just a bit once our disco bees are done, and then get the other pets going. Sure, that's fine with me. Now hopefully Flay here comes in clutch, gives us disco, so we can go ahead and spawn in a few more chicken zombies and get zombified done and out of the way. All right, Flay, come on. All right, disco, please. He was out of range of everything. Wow, that is annoying. That is very annoying. Our Peach Wasp and Corrupt Kidzoon will be done shortly anyways, so we can get these 2 guys swapped out for some more chicken zombies. Bruh, our Corrupt Kidzoon just shot out a ton of stuff, and not one thing got corrupt chakra. This happened with the pterodactyl the other day, but however, I forgot. So hopefully these disco bees give us disco so we can swap out and get some more chicken zombies in here. But also I forgot we have to do our Raiju, because our Raiju will give us the static mutation. And now if you get static and shocked mixed with Maelstrom, which Maelstrom is tempestuous and cyclonic, you can now get the storm charge mutation, which is like a 220 times multiplier, which is very good. It mixes like everything together and makes it way better. So we need to get that done. But we can also get the Raiju going once our Peach Wasp is done, which our Peach Wasp will be in here in just a second. So hopefully we get disco, we'll get plasma done for sure, and then hopefully Corrupt Kidzoon won't fail us the next time, so we can get ready for our AFK setup. But in the meantime, we got the Sky Merchant here, so I'm going to buy some of the stuff. There's no Cloud Touch sprays, but I do have a ton of those on my main account, so that's fine, and we're good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and I guess we could probably boost the Peach Wasp now. I think it's about ready for a toy. There we go, 1.5 minutes, so let's go ahead and get plasma done, and then we can swap that out for our Raiju, and in the meantime, our disco bees will hopefully give us disco now. Please give us disco done, please. All right, disco. Failed. Wow, you guys are failing me today. Usually you guys don't fail this much. Usually we're moving forward by now, but I don't know what's your guys' problem today. All right, well, sorry, I'm moving around in my chair, dude. Gotta readjust. Anyways, please, Zaza, Zeffy, come on, guys. You guys can do this for us, please. We need to get disco. Give us disco. Get it done. Failed. Zeffy, please. You know, you always come in clutch. You always come in clutch, right?
Nope.
Bro, why are you guys failing so much today? What is going on? You guys have a 28% chance, and you just be failing at every chance you have. At least the Peach Wasp knows what it's doing, and it's going to give us plasma right away. There goes our Peach Wasp with this PNG gliding animation, and there we go. We got plasma applied to a sugar apple, so the Peach Wasp is done, and we can go ahead and spawn in the Raiju to get the static mutation done. I'm gonna go ahead and place a carrot seed down. We have a shock spray we can use. Our last one from Brighter, dude. Thank you, Brighter, for your service. I wish you were still here. I wish you were here to see us this day and age, how we do these videos now. Here we go. Goodbye, shock spray. But anyways, our Raiju will eat this shocked carrot in just a little bit and apply static to stuff, and that'll be another guaranteed mutation out of the way. All right, so our Raiju is about to eat this shocked carrot and apply static to some of our fruits here, and then our chicken zombies are almost done with their cooldown, so hopefully get zombified done. Hopefully they're a little bit faster than the disco bees today, and then we have 3 disco bees that are going to attempt to apply disco as well. But anyways, here goes the Raiju. He just ate our carrot. He's going to apply static to stuff, so we got sugar apple with static and some beanstalk, so that works. So thank you, Raiju, for your service. Pick you up. All right, first disco bee failed. What about the other 2? All right, please give us disco, dude. Why are you guys taking so long today? Like, all of our other pets are doing their jobs, and you guys are just failing at life. Come on, no more failing at life. We got to keep moving forward. All right, come on, disco bee, give us disco, please. Failed. Zeffy, please, man, you gotta understand, like, we've been at this all day. Come on, man, we're gonna be at this all day. Come on, Finally, dude, Zeffy came in clutch. We got disco applied to a sugar apple. Thank you so much. The disco bees are finally done. We can move these guys out of the way, and then we can actually go ahead and boost our corrupt kitsune to hopefully get corrupt chakra done. And then we have 2 chicken zombies about to do their thing. Now, in case these guys fail again, I'm gonna go ahead and put some more chicken zombies down. Now, hopefully these 2 don't fail. The disco bees already failed us enough today. Bella, Shano, however you say your name. Look, I have faith in you guys. You guys always come in clutch with the zombified mutation. Please come in clutch again today so we can get ready for our AFK grind, okay? So we have a lot of pets to AFK with, and it'd just be nice if we get you all done and out of the way. Not that I hate you or anything. I love you guys, but please, come on, make it easy. First chicken zombie. Give us that zombified mutation. Come on. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's go do the first one. Apply to zombified to beanstalk. Like, why couldn't the disco bees do that? Why they gotta be all goofy today? All right, I don't understand. But anyways, after our corrupt kitsune gives us corrupt chakra, we'll be good to go for our full AFK setup. But for now, we can go ahead and start getting some of these AFK pets put in. So we're gonna get the griffin in to get cyclonic, junkbot to get oil, a lobster in here to get meteoric and molten, the gnome to get gnomed, the spriggan to give us bloom. Oh yes, we're missing our corrupt scarlet macaw and our tranquil scarlet macaw. And then we also got to get that spaghetti sloth swapped out for the corrupt kitsune once he's done, and then we should be good to AFK for a bit. So let me get that spaghetti sloth ready. All right, let's see if our corrupt kitsune clutches up for us this time and gives us corrupt chakra. He should. We have so many plants, dude. Come on. All right, there we go. We got some on the sugar apple, some on the beanstalk, so we're good. We now have corrupt chakra. And again, I know people are going to be like, oh, why don't you get foxfire corrupt chakra and foxfire chakra? Well, look, man, like, I don't have much time today, especially, but usually I might try to do it in the future since we do like this nice like little AFK setup now. The moment I'm just not gonna do it again today, but yeah, hopefully I'll start doing that in the future so we can get harmonized foxfire chakra and regular harmonized chakra, so we get those extra multipliers for some extra cha-ching, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this corrupt kitsune and we're gonna replace him with a spaghetti sloth here. This guy will give us sauce, pasta, and meatballs so we can get spaghetti done, and then we're gonna get the aromatic mutation from his mutation shards. There'll be 4 mutations from him. So now we have our AFK setup. I'm gonna go ahead and AFK for a little bit. Hopefully these guys will give us their mutations, and as they do, we'll swap them out with some kappas and some spinos, and then we'll get everything moved over to our Wispwing, and we'll have the ultimate Wispwing and grow a garden. All right, so I just got back from our first round of AFKing, and it looks like on some of our plans we did get some of the mutations already. So I noticed over here we actually got the gnomed mutation done, so we can go ahead and pick up our gnome. And then I also noticed up here, right here, we got the oil mutation done, so we can go ahead and pick up our junkbot. He's actually trying to reapply oil. Let's see if he does it anywhere else. No, okay, but it's done anyways, so we can go ahead and pick up the junkbot there. And let's see, did we get anything else? I did see, and I'll show you in a second here, but hold on. It's really hard to climb this beanstalk. It's a pain to climb this beanstalk. I'm falling out. All right, let's check on here. Okay, nothing looks different on here. But, okay, so on one of these sugar apples, we actually got meteoric done already, which we got meteoric done before we got molten done, it looks like, which is kind of crazy because that never happens. But there it is, meteoric. So meteoric is done. We just need to get molten now. So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is, I guess we'll also see if we get bloom done and cyclonic done. So let me go ahead and I guess go ahead and boost our griffin to see if we can get cyclonic done real quick. Let's see. Okay, lots of cooldowns, but I did not see cyclonic, but that's fine. Lobster's doing something. Okay, he failed molten, that's fine. And then let's see if we can get bloom done with our spriggan here. Okay, one plant or one fruit just got bloom done, so we are done with our spriggan. That's perfect. So it looks like we just need to get cyclonic still, molten, and then we need to get corrupt, tranquil. And I think we only got meatball done so far, but we need to get sauce, pasta, and aromatic. All right, so taking a quick peek at everything here, it looks like on our Wispwing, we did get storm charged, which means we did get static moved over, and we did get tempestuous moved over and all that. So that's good. We can go ahead and favorite that. Oh, and we also seem to have gotten meteoric and molten, so those did get moved over and applied to our Wispwing. With that, we can go ahead and pick up our lobster pet here. So that's one of those guys gone for some extra space. And over here, I noticed we did get the corrupt mutation, so we can go ahead and pick up our corrupt scarlet here. And since we did get cyclonic done, because cyclonic, once it mixes with tempestuous, it becomes maelstrom, and then once maelstrom combines with static and shock, it becomes storm charge. So since we have storm charge, it is confirmed that we have cyclonic, so we go ahead and pick our griffin up. And I have not seen bloodlet yet on anything. I've not seen it on our big Wispwing here yet. So it looks like we still need to try and get bloodlet done from our kappas. We still need to get Tranquil done. And then for our spaghetti sloth, it looks like we have a lot of meatball and sauce all around, but it looks like we still need pasta and aromatic. And this thing did become frozen. As you can see, there's a big frozen box. We got a lot of chilled events, so that is done. And hopefully we can get bloodlet on something that's not frozen so we can move it all over. I think to help the kappas, I will go ahead and put down a couple of carrot seeds here. They seem to like the carrots, and if I put them on kind of both sides of the garden, eventually something here is going to get bloodlet, so that should help them out a little bit there. All right, so since we only have one kappa spawned in, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in another one to try and get bloodlet done a little bit faster. And then I'm going to go ahead and spawn in our other two spinos so they can start tearing through all of our fruits a little bit faster. There's a lot of glimmering fruits, so it might take a little bit longer this time around. I'm going to try to pick up the glimmering fruits once this next event ends, so they have an easier time in the next hour to move everything over. Oh, it looks like we did get aromatic, so all we'd need is pasta then. Did he just do that? I didn't notice. He might have just done that. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so we just need pasta then, Tranquil, bloodlet, and then everything moved over. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these glimmerings and then go back to being AFK. All right, so I was AFK for a little bit, and I actually checked, and we still need to get bloodlet moved over, and for some reason, our spaghetti sloth has also not given us pasta yet. So we're still waiting to get pasta on something to get that moved over. And then besides that, I don't know what happened, but for some reason, my corrupt mutation that I had on one of my sugar apples is gone, and I didn't do anything besides AFK, so the spinos should have moved it, but it's literally not on this anywhere. I don't know where it went. So yeah, I'm waiting to get that done again. And then of course we need to get pasta so we can get spaghetti done. And then besides that, I forgot earlier in the video to spawn in a golden goose, but I actually had a golden egg in my inventory, sold it, and I got fortune on a sugar apple. So we got to get that moved over as well. So we're still waiting for about 4 mutations to get moved over. We have 2 of them, and we're still waiting for 2 of them from our spaghetti sloth and from our corrupt scarlet. I don't know what happened to that corrupt, but I guess I'll look back in my video and see what may have happened, what may have went wrong, and hopefully that'll help me figure it out, and then we can get corrupt added onto here. But yeah, we're almost done. This has taken quite a while today, but just some of my mutations kind of like just blooped away. I don't know why. I think they bugged out or something from the spinos. All right, so we pretty much got everything moved on to our Wispwing. As you can see, we have all of these mutations on it. Now I know the list looks a little shorter than it usually does, and that's because we had tempestuous / maelstrom now mixed in with static and shock, so that made the list a little bit smaller. And the other thing we're actually missing is corrupt. I don't know what happened to my corrupt mutation. I had it on a sugar apple, and I ended up just reclaiming all my sugar apples and my beanstalk to make it a little bit easier for all of my spinos to move stuff over. And so my corrupt scarlet would only focus on the Wispwing so we can get it back quickly, and it literally didn't work. And I have to catch a flight in the morning, and it's going on midnight, and I'm just finishing recording this. I've been at this for like 7 hours, dude, so I gotta just kind of cut it there, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could have got that corrupt mutation added on here and a couple of the other ones. But from AFKing and getting all of our pets done, this is what we're looking at. And if I actually unravel all these, we have 28 mutations on here, and a solar eclipse just started, so we might be able to get eclipse on this real quick before we end off. And yeah, if we can get that, we would have 29. But if we actually separate these mutations here, spaghetti would actually bring us up to about 30 mutations. Storm charge would bring us up to about, actually this one would give me a lot, so it'd be like windstruck, tempestuous, cyclonic, shocked, and static. About an extra 4 mutations, so it'd have like 34 mutations with that. Harmonized chakra 35, gloom 36, paradisal about 37, and frozen about maybe 38. And also we had sandy, but usually we get that to ceramic, which would be about like 40. I don't know why I didn't convert to ceramic, because this thing had wet on it applied multiple times, but I think it's because it got frozen before wet got applied to that sandy to make it clay and then into ceramic. So some goofy stuff happened, but overall, I mean, this Wispwing has a lot of mutations. It pretty much has everything we normally do. A couple screw ups here and there, but I apologize about that. I don't really have time to fix it right now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do without further ado here is I'm going to spawn in my raptors to attempt to hopefully get amber added onto our Wispwing as well. And we're gonna just wait a minute to see if the solar eclipse event actually gives us eclipse. I know I could probably place some carrots and get it down quick and then add a spino in and move it over, but again, I don't really have time because I got to get to bed for this flight. So I'm just gonna see if we get Eclipse real quick, and if we don't, then that's unfortunate, but hopefully we can get it just real quick on there. That'd be nice, you know, real quick. Come on, buddy. All right, we unfortunately did not get the Eclipsed mutation. We might have if I put some carrots down, or if that would have happened a few minutes earlier. But anyways, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and pick up our Wispwing, and let's see if we get the Amber mutation applied.
Nope.
No, we literally did not get the Amber mutation applied, which is crazy, dude. I don't know why we have so many raptors now. We're getting it even less, I feel like. But I don't know, man. They got to give us a way to get the Amber mutation spray back, because the raptors, they just don't do us justice sometimes. But anyways, here's our Wispwing with all these mutations on it. It looks absolutely crazy, dude. This is like the best looking fruit in the game, in my opinion. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check the value of this thing with Steven. So, Steven, what is our Wispwing worth today? This thing is worth 800 billion. And again, if we got that Crub mutation, that Eclipse mutation that just happened, and possibly even Amber on here, this thing would have definitely it would have most likely been in the trillions, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this thing is worth a lot of money. Now, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, the Amber Heart is worth a little bit more than this, I believe, or it's maybe about the same, but this Wispwing can grow really big. I think it's easier to get a bigger one of these than the Amber Heart, and this thing just looks incredible. But anyways, we're going to be attempting to get every single mutation on this thing, and hopefully it's worth all the Robux I just spent. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm going to go ahead and start by spawning in my Mooncats here. So we're going to spawn in 7 Mooncats. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our sprinklers down here. So let's do a Grandmaster Sprinkler, Master, Godly. I'm going to do 2 advanced and 1 basic. The 2 advanced should help this grow a little bit faster. There we go. We have our Princess Thorn finally growing in. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in a Triceratops. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use some watering cans on it as well to speed up the process of getting this grown. So then we can hopefully just have our Triceratops grow it in with 1 smack of the horns that he has. So let's go buy some more watering cans to speed this up a little bit. All right, we have some more Mooncats stacking up right here. Let's go ahead and trowel this in there. Is this thing growing upside down? Like, why when I pick it up, you can see it, but then like when I drop it, it's in the ground. How does this work? How does this work? All right, we'll just wait a minute. We'll let this guy smack it. I was hoping to get it done before he would smack it the next time, but I need more watering cans, dude. I literally just need to AFK and like set an auto clicker on watering cans overnight. Come on, buddy. Get this thing to grow in. I don't even know how big this is going to be. I can't tell. That was 33 minutes. It didn't even get to full grown. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna need some more watering cans. Okay, so I'm assuming the thorns grow here, here, and here, so we'll probably have 3 of them. That sound right? I think so. I can't even pick it up now. Is it that big? It's just so heavy I can't lift it anymore. All right, it's getting smacked. Oh, that's not even done. Where's this thing gonna go, dude? This is huge. Why is it? Wait, I thought this was supposed to be like a green. Is this just one of the thorns on it? Where is it growing? Is it growing in the ground? This is supposed to look like this. I mean, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not done. It's gotta. Okay, hold on. Let me. What is going on here? Hold on. Let me use my main account. I'm just gonna fully grow it in so we can save some time. I guess we'll do this. Let's see the grand reveal. Oh my gosh, bro! I could literally climb this and get up onto that cloud. This thing is humongous. Oh, we have the silver mutation. That's why it's this color. I thought it was the one of the thorns. Oh my gosh, dude! It's literally a beanstalk. I could climb past the cloud. This is insane. Oh, wait, hold on. This is crazy. Hold on. I can literally... Wait, can I make that? I might be able to make that. I might be able to make that jump. Bro, look at how big this thing is. I gotta get some screenshots of this because this is actually insane. This is bigger than the beanstalk that grows in. No, okay, I can't make that jump, but wow, is this thing huge. All right, well, we have our Princess Thorn, as you can tell. So first things first, we got to get some sprays on this thing so we can get it to turn into rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the chocolate spray on it. We're going to apply the shock spray on it. We'll do Windstruck because we have a pterodactyl, so that's kind of... You don't really need that. Then we'll do honey glazed, and there we go. We have 5. Actually, no, hold on. The silver doesn't count. That's a growth mutation, so we don't have 5 mutations yet. We need to do pollinated. There we go. Growth mutations don't count for turning this rainbow, but there we go. Now we have 5 mutations, and we can go ahead and spawn in our queen bee to reset her cooldown, and then we can go ahead and spawn in a butterfly. But then over here on our main account, we are also going to spawn in a queen bee as well, and we're going to spawn in a kitsune. So the queen bee over here will cool down that kitsune, and then that will apply chakra to our Princess Thorn, which is going to look insane whenever it comes over here to steal it and moves it to my main account. All right, but anyways, now we just have to do some waiting around, so we'll be back in a second once this thing is turning rainbow. So real quick, it is nighttime, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is place a carrot down back here in the corner of my garden, and that way we can get the moonlit mutation onto this carrot, and whenever that is moonlit, this we're going to convert to rainbow. So if we get it on our Princess Thorn, that would be great, but it's going to be gone anyways. Yeah, so that doesn't really matter. So we have this carrot here. We're going to to let this carrot get moonlit, and then in a little bit we can use a Spinosaurus to move that over to our Princess Thorn, and that way we will have moonlit and we don't need to wait another 4 or so hours to get another nighttime event. So that should definitely help having that carrot placed. And I literally just paused the recording right when it happened, but there we go, our carrot's moonlit, so we'll now be able to use our Spinosaurus to move that over. So perfect. All right, boys, we gotta hurry this up. Queen bee, it's literally hailing at my house right now outside, and I don't know if I'm about to get slammed by a tornado, so like I gotta make sure I get the Princess Thorn, all the mutations before I die. So I might be blowing around during this video. Anyways, the queen bee is about to finish her cooldown here. So there we go, she is done with her cooldown. She's now going to cool down our butterfly, and our butterfly is going to convert all these mutations over to rainbow. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply all of my sprays here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put shocked onto it, verdant, fried, wet, pollinated, cloud touched, burnt, chocolate, and honey glazed. Now we're up to 10 mutations on our Princess Thorn. And then over here on my main account, we have just a couple minutes left for that queen bee. Let me see if I have any toys on my main account. I do. I'm gonna cool down my queen bee with that. So the queen bee is going to do her little dance there, and then my kitsune is going to head over here and apply chakra. It looks like he's targeting the carrot. Bro, are you targeting the carrot right now? I wanted you to go for the Princess Thorn, but that's fine. As long as we get the chakra mutation on the carrot, that should be fine. All right, there we go. He took a carrot, but we now have chakra on that, so we're going to use a Spinosaurus to move over the moonlit and the chakra to our Princess Thorn, and we should be good. I need to take like a 10-minute break here and make sure I don't lose power and lose all the footage, so I'll be back. Oh, actually, real quick before I do my break, I'm going to go ahead and apply the bloom spray as well onto the Princess Thorn, so that way we have the new bloom mutation as well. We don't need to use the Spriggan pet, so that'll save some time today. So there we go. All right, I'll be right back before I die. All right, so we are back in business now. I think I'm safe. I don't know. There's still a storm, but it's not as bad now. So I'm going to go ahead and get some mutations done on this Princess Thorn. So we got all this applied. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in the golden goose. Since this guy has the fortune mutation, we can use the Spinosaurus to move it over from an egg to this thing. So that'll be a quick and easy mutation to get done. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in our lobsters here. Since they take a while for their mutations, they take 15 minutes for molten and 30 minutes for meteoric. Let's go ahead and do 2 disco bees so we can try and get that disco mutation done and out of the way. Oh, we're gonna spawn in our Raiju next so we can get shocked applied to a carrot, and then he'll eat the carrot and then apply static to our Princess Thorn. So we're gonna get his cooldown going there, and then I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in the pterodactyl so we can try and get tempestuous done, and then we will spawn in the corrupt kitsune so we can try and get corrupt chakra done. That's 8 pets for us there. That should be good, a good start. Okay, so this is interesting. We just got an Aurora event. I'm hoping it'll at least give us the Aurora mutation on one of these carrots. I'll be happy then, so we can get that moved over to our Princess Thorn. But anyways, our Raiju here is about done with the cooldown. I do need to give our Raiju another toy because I was right under the last cooldown, but there we go. So our Raiju is about to eat this shocked carrot and apply static, hopefully just directly to the Princess Thorn, but it'll do it to these carrots as well. All right, there we go. Carrot has been 8 and static should be applied. Okay, so okay, we did get it on the Princess Thorn. For a second it was only going to the carrot, so I got a little worried, but either way it would have been fine. We have Spinosauruses. All right, so Raiju's good. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our Raiju. Next up we have the pterodactyl, who's going to attempt to apply tempestuous to either one of these carrots or the Princess Thorn directly. Let's see. Okay, all of the carrots. Okay, so one of the carrots is now tempestuous, so this one is tempestuous. Perfect. We are good there, so we can go ahead and pick up the pterodactyl, and then our disco bees are about to be next. So one of them just ran out of a toy cooldown, so I'm gonna go ahead and I don't even know what I just did, dude. All right, I respawned my pterodactyl. All right, there we go. Disco bee failed. Okay, that's fine. Next disco bee, please don't fail. Please just do your duties, please do your duties, please. Duties. Ah, perfect. Disco applied to Princess Thorn right away. All right, so those are a couple of pets done. We can go ahead and pick up these disco bees next, and the golden goose is now about to lay an egg for us, so that'll give us the fortune mutation. What are you thinking? Right there? Is that your spot? All right, there we go. We have a golden egg with the fortune mutation, so that is good as well. So we go ahead and pick up the golden goose now, and then we just have to wait for that corrupt kitsune. So let's go ahead and pick up this. We'll go ahead and pick up all these static carrots. We do have tempestuous on this one, and then we have moonlit and chakra on this one, and then we have fortune over here. Can I move this over here? Yes, I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this egg here. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 Spinosauruses to start eating away at these mutations, and also our lobsters are about to attempt to apply the molten mutation, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them toys to hopefully help with getting molten. Let's see. Okay, we got molten done on a carrot, so that will be another thing for the Spinosaurus to move over, but we still need meteoric from these guys, so we'll wait on that. All right, so that's some pretty good progress there. I'm going to go ahead and grow some more carrot seeds, so we have some fresh ones for the corrupt kitsune to possibly apply corrupt chakra. But I think what we should do next is get the Tranquil Scarlet Macaw ready and the corrupt Scarlet Macaw ready, because these guys take a while to get those mutation shard mutations done. And also, it's hard to tell because I don't even have the mutation timers on here. They completely removed them for whatever reason. They're bugged. And then in the meantime, we're also going to go ahead and spawn in our spaghetti sloth because this guy has 4 mutations to go through. So a second ago, I accidentally clicked the stupid button right here to go to my third loadout with no pets on it. And then I had to go back, and then all my pet cooldowns reset. So we had to wait a little bit longer for everything. But we're good now. Everyone's about to be done with their cooldowns very shortly. So to speed this up a little bit, I am going to give our Spinosaurus some toys here. And then we're also going to, I guess we'll do a quick cooldown on our spaghetti sloth. Let's just save a little bit of time, get that first mutation done. All right, so we applied meatball to this carrot here. All right, our Spinosauruses are about to feast on quite a few mutations here and move them over to our princess thorn. So we should get a lot of the mutations moved over, at least 4. So let's just see which ones this one's going to move over. Looks like we got molten, wet. We didn't need wet, but okay. And he ate meatball, looks like, and fortune. All right, so we have molten. We did not need wet, but we did get meatball and fortune. Let's go ahead and see what this guy moves over. All right, meatball again. Fortune again, and then we got tempestuous and moonlit moved over. All right, so we can go ahead and get rid of this golden egg. That is done and out of the way. This carrot is good. We don't need that. And then all we need on this one now is just that chakra to get moved over, and we should be getting corrupt chakra done in just a second. So they moved over pretty much everything we needed, which is awesome. Okay, we got corrupt chakra done on 2 carrots, but we only really need it on 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up one of these corrupt chakra carrots and carefully pick up the other ones. Next up, I think I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a jackalope here because I was going to do the junk bot next, but the jackalopes have a really quick cooldown, so we should be able to get Sandy done and out of the way very fast. And to even speed this up, I'm going to go ahead and give it a toy to give it a bit of a boost, and hopefully that will give us enough % chance to get Sandy done on one of these first go-arounds. All right, there we go. The jackalope just applied Sandy to the princess thorn, so we are good with this jackalope. Oh, it's already ceramic. Okay, wait. I guess we had a heat wave earlier and it just instantly went to ceramic. Should have made this turn to clay first, and then we would have gotten ceramic after a heat wave, but maybe there was like a hidden sun dried on here, but I don't know why we never got paradisal then for verdant. Anyways, we do have ceramic, so that is done and out of the way. So we can go ahead and replace him now with the junk bot, and then we got to wait for this guy to attempt to give us oil. And then next up, we have our spaghetti sloth who's about to apply another ingredient mutation, so hopefully we get sauce or pasta and not meatball again. All right, what ingredient are you going to give us, spaghetti sloth? Please be pasta or sauce. I don't care which one it is, as long as it's one of those and not meatball again. We don't need your meatballs again, bro. And he's going for this carrot as well. I wish he went for this one so the Spinosaurus can get these done in the next go around, but he's got to be making things hard for us. All right, but at least he gave us pasta, so all we need now is sauce and aromatic from him. Oh, meteoric failed. Please, please, other one. They both failed. All right, well, I'm gonna go cry now. I literally just missed it, but we just got corrupt from our corrupt scarlet. Also, apparently, if you have molten, that actually works to give you ceramic, so that is why we got ceramic so quickly, and we don't actually lose the molten. And I guess if you have sun-dried, you won't lose the sun-dried either. I thought you lost it and just combined them, but no, it just cooks the clay for you. So yeah, now we have ceramic, and we didn't lose anything, so that's good. And we have corrupt done, which usually takes forever. I saw the Tranquil one try to apply, but it looks like it failed. But at least we can go ahead and get the corrupt scarlet out of the way. With that, I guess we can go ahead and spawn in next a chicken zombie, because these guys have been waiting for their time to shine. So we're gonna do a chicken zombie, and hopefully we can get, I don't know why I just did that. I'm back at the gear shop, but anyways, hopefully we can get zombified mutation done quickly, and that will be another one out of the way. I'm also just restocking some stuff, so don't mind me. I just realized, and I think this happened last time and I didn't realize it then, but we did lose burnt and cooked on our princess thorn, so I think we would have had more mutations last video, but I didn't realize it tries to take burnt, cooked, and fried, and if it takes one of those, it'll remove them. And in this case, we had burnt and fried already applied, so in the future we have to make sure that we get ceramic done before we get burnt and fried applied to this thing. So it did remove those, so we do have to reapply those now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there's fried and there's burnt back onto it, but oh wait, am I tripping? No. Okay, so yeah, if you have ceramic, you can't have burnt or fried on your princess thorn, or I guess, I mean, any fruit in this case. So it does remove those, but that's interesting. So it actually, you can't have burnt or fried. So it all just combines into ceramic. It won't let you have them. It just removes them completely. That's really weird, but okay, at least we have ceramic. That is a better multiplier anyways. Okay, corrupt chakra, perfect. Give us pasta or chakra. Okay, good. Corrupt chakra and pasta have been applied. That is good. We just got wet on our princess thorn from the rain. So hopefully this Spinosaurus just eats that chakra so we can be done. Please don't eat the pollinated. Please just eat the chakra. Nope. He ate the pollinated, bro. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Now, in terms of events, if we could get Celestial, that'd be nice. Aurora and Acidic Rain. And then also if we could get an Eclipsed event, that'd be good as well. But a lot of those are rare and take forever to get. But hopefully we can see them soon. That'd make me very smiley, happy, smiley, mutation, happy, smiley. Hey, if you give me oil, I'll give you a kiss. How about that, Junkbot? Let's see if he accepts my offer. If you don't give me oil, no kiss for you. And that's that. All right, let's see. You getting a kiss? He wants my kiss. Come here, Junkbot. He's so nice. All right, Junkbot is done. I'm going to go ahead and pick Junkbot up, and we'll go ahead and spawn in another chicken zombie to hopefully give us zombified a little bit faster. All right, I believe if I give my spaghetti sloth a toy now, we should be able to boost both cooldowns and not waste it on trying to get aromatic. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and give him a toy, and that will make his ingredient one ready. He is, of course, going to target the carrot. This dude loves carrots, man. I don't know why, but as long as you give us sauce on this carrot, I don't mind. I really don't mind that you like the carrot. So just sauce it up for us real quick. Come on. Can't be that hard. Just a little sauce for us, buddy, right? Pasta again. Wow, you really like pasta on carrots. Well, I really don't like you for giving us pasta again, because that just makes it harder for our Spinosauruses, buddy. I need sauce. What are you doing? Perfect. Our spaghetti sloth just applied aromatic to our princess thorn. So that is another mutation done. The boost, I guess, helped with that mutation chart. So all we need from him now is to just give us sauce so we can have spaghetti done. All right, so our Spinos here are almost done with their cooldowns. I'm going to go ahead and give them some toys so we can get them almost done with their cooldowns completely. So we just need that chakra, and then we can get rid of these Spinosauruses, and we could be chilling. And then these lobsters, I believe this is the meteoric cooldown, so we can try and give them some toys as well to get that boosted. But before I do anything, let's just let these Spinosauruses attempt to move that chakra over, and once they're done, we will then give some boost to our other pets. I don't want any of the other pets applying stuff to this carrot anymore, so that way we can save some time with using Spinosauruses. So hopefully these guys this time around just get this chakra moved over, dude, so we can be done with this little carrot over here in the corner. All right, here they go. Here goes the first Spino. Hey, maybe make it easy and just give us that chakra moved over. The first one, please. Nope. Pollinated again. I don't know. And then it just reapplies it to the carrot, dude. I don't know why it does that. I think because that's the only plant at that point without pollinated. It's really annoying that they always just target pollinated. Please, 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 Shano, just move the chakra over, dude. I don't want you to keep doing this. If we keep doing this, I'm going to have to get the T-Rexes involved, and they're not going to be very happy. So, come on. All right, go ahead. Eat the chakra. Eat the chakra. Bruh, I don't want your pasta. Okay, this is upsetting at this point. This is very upsetting. I just want chakra. I actually, honestly, might just get my main account back. You know what? That's probably easier. I'm just gonna get my main account back in here to directly apply chakra to the Princess Thorn, because these guys are taking forever, and that will save some time in the long run. So I'm picking up these Spinos. We're gonna get the main account back in here to apply chakra again to the Princess Thorn. In the meantime, let's go ahead and give a toy to our spaghetti sloth here to boost his ingredient cooldown. Was that the ingredient cooldown? What are you doing it? What's going on? You good, bro? Are you good? We don't have spaghetti yet. Why? He didn't do anything. We have meatball and pasta, dude. I don't know why you didn't do anything. Maybe you can't reach in there. I don't know. All right, well, he'll eventually do that for us. I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and give a toy to UC here to maybe boost to give us zombified. Maybe, please. Zombified, please. I just want to get that done and out of the way, please. All right, that's good. And then we'll give some toys to our lobsters to maybe give us meteoric. Please, please, please. Nope. Failed and failed. This is always a sad time. All right, well, I guess in the meantime then, we're gonna go ahead and spawn in. I would do the kappas, but dude, we never get bloodlet from them. They always just be bugging. I'm not even gonna deal with them today. I don't want to deal with them today. Maybe later, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to help with some cooldowns around here, and I'm gonna spawn in a mimic octopus to help with maybe mimicking one of these abilities like zombified or meteoric, and that should help us get some extra mutations done. done. Oh, this is frost. I guess we do need chilled. We need to get this thing frozen. I don't think I'm gonna mess with trying to get bloodlet today, so that's fine. And Tranquil just failed, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that as well. But anyways, the main account is back. We're gonna go ahead and actually we don't need to spawn anything in. He already has the queen bee spawned in and the kitsune. So in a little bit, we'll have chakra reapplied, but this time to the princess thorn directly, so that way we don't have to be waiting for spinosauruses all day. All right, please, zombified. Let's get this one done out of the way. You got a boost. It shouldn't be hard. Come on, let's go. We got zombified applied to the princess thorn. Thank you, UC, for being very UC-ful. I have no friends. I'm sorry.
Bruh, chill.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick these guys up, and then we can let the raptors just chill here, get some level ups, so we have better amber chances in just a bit, and that should be good. And I guess I know there's a frost event going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that so we get that done out of the way. And there we go. We now have frozen applied to our princess thorns. And then also, I guess all we need to do is wait for our main accounts kitsune to come over here, steal that, give us chakra, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so we just got back from being AFK, and while we were gone, we did get Meteoric done and added onto our Princess Thorn. We also seem to have gotten sauce finally, so we have spaghetti, and we did get chakra applied, so we have harmonized chakra. So, okay, I just gave a toy to my Scarlet here, and then instantly, as soon as I did, it actually just applied the Tranquil mutation to our Princess Thorn. Now, I did actually notice in my footage, when I was AFK, we did get a Heatwave event, but it did not turn our Verdant into Paradisal, which is kind of weird. I guess you can only have Paradisal or Ceramic, it looks like, so maybe we should just focus on trying to get Paradisal in the future. I thought you can have both of them for double extra nice juicy mutations, but it looks like you can't. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe you can, because I think before I actually did get Paradisal and I had Ceramic in the last video, but maybe because we had Molten and Ceramic, it just messed it up, so we could not get Paradisal anymore. So I don't know, kind of weird, but yeah, our Princess Thorn, though, seems to be pretty good. We still need Aurora, Celestial, Eclipsed, and that's pretty much it, I believe. Oh, and I guess Acidic, but those events take quite a while to get, and we've already been at this for like 3 or 4 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our pets here. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in our raptors here so we can attempt to get the amber mutation, as these guys are both boosted for the next 3 minutes. 24 mutations, and if we separate tempestuous, that's 25. Spaghetti is 27. Frozen is 28. Harmonized chakra is 29. Technically, ceramic would be 30 to 31. So if we get amber on this, then we'd have like 31, 32 mutations total, and this thing is hopefully going to be pretty expensive regardless if we get amber or not, because it has so many mutations and it is humongous. So without further ado, though, we're going to go ahead, pick up our Princess Thorn, and check the value with Steven to see how much this thing is worth. So let's go ahead and pick this thing up. Hopefully we get amber. Okay, we did not get amber today, but that is okay. And it is so big that it's actually bugged in my hand. I can't actually view it when I hold it because it is that big. So that's insane. Oh, there it is. It's trying. It's, oh, wait, there it is. Look at it. Look how much, look at that thing, dude. It is huge. It's just, you can't even see it. It's just a big flat like base plate of ice. That is crazy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check the value of this thing with Steven, and hopefully this is worth the amount, and hopefully we get a lot of money. So Steven, what are you thinking today for this Princess Thorn? This thing is worth 239 billion, which is honestly pretty good. I thought we'd actually get up to 1 trillion with this thing because of how huge it was and how many mutations we had on it. So for 200 billion, I actually feel like this is a little low, but maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this a little bit low? Should this get a buff? Or is this a good price for how big our Princess Thorn was and how many mutations we had on it? But anyways, with all that effort, hopefully this thing will grow in pretty good and we'll get a really good taco fern to sprout. So let's go ahead and get started and get prepared to grow our taco fern. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 7 mooncats here. We're gonna spawn in our triceratops, and then we're gonna get our sprinklers ready. So we have a grandmaster sprinkler we're gonna use. We're gonna put that right there, and then we're gonna stack on top of that a master, a godly, advanced, and basic, and then we're gonna put the taco fern right inside of there. All of our cats are sleeping over here though. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna put the taco fern right in here, just so we can get multiple mooncats to grow on it, which I think right here is about 3 of them. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and move that back in here by the sprinklers, and that should give us hopefully a pretty big taco fern. I almost just died by lightning. It almost just struck me. All right, so this thing's only at 1%. I guess we can buy some watering cans to get this process sped up a little bit. Oh, wow, that actually made it jump up. I don't know why the watering cans, like, unstuck the progress. So now it's at 39%. Let's spam our watering cans on it some more. Let's see what that gets it to. All right, we're up to 54, 55%. Pretty good. Let's see what the Triceratops does. I don't know how big this thing's going to be. Oh, okay. Well, he just smacked it, and now it's at 99%. However, how did the tacos grow on this thing? All right. It's been smacked. I think that made good progress. I don't know. This still looks kind of small. All right. So our Triceratops just again hit our taco fern, but this looks pretty small. I'm not gonna lie. So what I think I'm gonna do real quick is let me get my main account over here. I'm gonna hit grow all, get these picked up, and then I'm gonna try to get bigger ones because I don't think these are going to be big enough. So let me grow all real quick. Let me pick that up. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna do another Grandmaster right here. We're gonna do another regular master, godly, advanced, and basic. I guess I'll trowel it real quick into these guys. Let their Mooncat abilities make it hopefully get big. All right, then we're gonna move it back, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see what kind of size we get for the next one, and hopefully this next time around it's much bigger than that. This is not nearly as big as we can get this thing. I know it. So yeah, like, see, like, that's probably a little bit better, I think. All right, so this taco fern looks much better than this one. This one's like only like a 2-piece taco fern. This one has like multiple pieces, so I don't know if that really matters, but this one's still pretty big. So I think we're good here on the size. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these Mooncats so they stop meowing in my ears, and then we're gonna go over to our sprays, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this Windstruck because we have Pterodactyls, so this will just be a free mutation to convert this thing to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this Windstruck on there. We're gonna apply this chocolate on there, shocked, and pollinated, and then we have honey sprinkler, so I'll just use one of these honey glaze sprays, and then that should bring us to 5 mutations. It's technically gold does not count towards getting rainbow, so we have our other 5 mutations that will count now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our queen bee here to start her cooldown for our butterfly, and that way the queen bee has about 7 minutes less of a cooldown. She'll cool down, make our butterfly's cooldown go to 0, and then our butterfly will convert this taco fern to rainbow. And then in the meantime, over here on my main account, I'm also going to spawn a queen bee over there, and then also my Kitsune pet. So that way the Kitsune will steal this eventually, and then apply Foxfire Chakra or normal chakra, or even both. All right, well, anyways, I'll be right back. We're gonna wait till this thing gets rainbow. All right, our queen bee's cooldown is done. She is now giving her cooldown powers to the butterfly, and the butterfly is gonna take our mutations from this taco fern and convert it to rainbow. Because rainbow is such a better multiplier than gold, so this will give us some more money in the end. All right, so we're good here. These pets are good. We don't need them right now. And now that this thing is rainbow, we can go ahead and reapply all those sprays. So we're going to go ahead and put our pollinated back onto there. We'll put our shocked back onto there. We also have a burnt spray, honey glazed. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. We have fried, and then we also have chocolate. So there we go. We have 9 mutations applied. We still have more. Hold on. So then over here, my main account, I'm going to apply the Cloud Touch spray, and then I'm also going to apply Verdant, and I'll also apply Wet. So now we already have all these mutations from just sprays, but the reason why we did Verdant is so we can get that converted to Paradisal as soon as there's a heat wave, so that'll save us some time. And then we also got Wet, so then we can use our Kappas to convert Wet into Bloodlet, so that'll save us some time there as well. Then next up, we have to just wait for our Kitsune to cool down, and then that will apply Chakra. So this brings us up to 10 mutations. Once the Kitsune comes over, we'll have 11. And now we can start working on some of our other mutations from our pet. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 Disco Bees so we can work on getting the Disco mutation applied. I'm going to spawn in the Corrupted Kitsune so we can get Corrupt Chakra or Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. We'll also go ahead and place down 2 Kappas so we can get this thing to turn Bloodlit. All right, and then I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in 2 chicken zombies to attempt to get zombified. And then so we can get one of our pets done and out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Raiju here. Or actually, before I spawn him in, I'm going to buy a carrot seed. I'm also going to favorite this just so I don't accidentally touch that. We're going to plant the carrot seed. We're going to spray the shocked spray onto it. And then we're going to spawn in my Raiju. And my Raiju will eat the shocked carrot and then apply static to our taco fern. This will be our pet lineup for now. All right, some of our pet cooldowns are done here, so our Raiju is going to eat that shocked carrot back there now. Look at him charge it. All right, and now he's going to apply static. We got our Disco Bee doing something, and we got Disco done. That is 3 pets we can move out of the way, so our Disco Bees are done here, and our Raiju is also done. And now we do have Disco and static applied to our Taco Fern, which is awesome. So I think I'm going to next get out my Spaghetti Sloth, because this guy is pretty much guaranteed 3 mutations to get Spaghetti. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn him in so we can get that done and out of the way. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in our Corrupted and Tranquil Scarlets, because we do need to get Corrupt and Tranquil on our Taco Fern. So I'm gonna spawn these guys in because they have those mutations on them. And they do have like 25-minute cooldowns, so I'm really hoping that we can get these ones done and out of the way. All right, our chicken zombie just applied zombified to our Taco Fern, so that is another pet done and out of the way. All right, so I guess the next pet we would spawn in is the Tanuki to try to get Moonlit, but I am wanting to try and get this thing Bloodlit first. The only thing is the Tanuki can't give us Moonlit, which is fine. However, the Kappas, they're trying to give us Bloodlit at the moment, which we need the wet mutation for, and the Tanukis can possibly make this frozen, and if it's frozen, then we can no longer get Bloodlit. So we're gonna try and wait for the Kappas to do their thing, and I guess in the meantime, we will just go ahead and spawn in our pterodactyls here so we can try to get tempestuous done and out of the way. All right, I'm going to experiment and see if I give our corrupt Kitsune a medium and small pet toy, if it will increase our chances of getting corrupt Foxfire Chakra. So let's go ahead and see. He's kind of moving. It's actually going to make the cooldown instant once I do the medium, but try to be quick. All right, see? Okay, I actually just did nothing and it made his cooldown go, but the boost didn't help us even get the regular corrupt chakra. There we go. We got chakra applied to our Taco Fern. That looks kind of scary. All right, Spaghetti Sloth, what are you going to give us first? It doesn't really matter because he's going to give us everything over time anyways. He's got to crawl his way all the way to the Taco Fern. Come on, you can make it. All right, Meatball is number 1. So now we just need to wait for him to give us sauce and pasta. I guess to increase our chances, by the way, I do have 13 gourmet eggs, so I am going to place these down so we can maybe get more spaghetti slots. Oh, Pterodactyl applied, Windstruck, and first times the charm. We got Tempestuous added to our Taco Fern, which is perfect. The rest of our pets here, we got to wait for these Kappas to give us Bloodlit. Our Spaghetti Sloth is still being slow, of course, and then these guys need to give us Corrupt and Tranquil. All right, we have a sandstorm going on right now. I'm going to try and move our Taco Fern over here to the corner and see if maybe for the first time in our lives we can get Sandy on one of these things, dude. It's been a struggle to ever get Sandy. I don't know if the Grandmaster Sprinkler would help at all for trying to get the Sandy mutation. I think that's, again, just for, like, Rainbow and Gold. And it looked like it got Sandy for a second, but it didn't. I thought I saw an effect down here that looked like it would be Sandy, but no. Our luck is terrible. I'm going to move this back over here and be sad now that we didn't get Sandy. All right, so our Sloth just applied pasta to our Taco Fern now. So now this thing has meatball and pasta. So now we just got to get him to apply sauce, and then we will have this thing turned to spaghetti. These Kappas are still struggling. Our Corrupted Kitsune is still struggling, and we're also still waiting for Tranquil and Corrupted to hopefully get applied from these 2 Scarlets we have with those mutations on them. We're struggling a little bit on these mutations. I really hope that we can get some cool events to happen, like another sandstorm, so we can actually get Sandy. Okay, well, with all of our efforts trying to get our Taco Fern to turn Bloodlit from our Kappas did not give us Bloodlit. And then, of course, we get a frost weather event. So now we can't get Bloodlit because we can't put wetback on it since this is already frozen. But I wish there was a better way to get Bloodlit besides waiting for the event and this Kappa. I guess we will spawn in then our Tanukis to try and get us Moonlit since our Kappas failed us. All right, our Spaghetti Sloth just applied sauce to our Taco Fern, which means this thing is officially spaghettied. So now we have a Spaghetti Taco Fern. So our Spaghetti Sloth has done his service. He is done here with his work today. We can go and pick him up. And now we just gotta wait for these Tanukis to give us Moonlit, and for this guy to give us Corrupt, and for this guy to give us Corrupt Chakra. And hopefully while we wait for all this, we'll get some more events. There could possibly be a nighttime event in 3 minutes if it happens every 4 hours like it normally has. All right, I guess I got big brain power, and the only reason I know that night events happen every 4 hours is because there's a Grow Garden bot that tells you like when events and seeds and stuff are in the shop. So if you want to have access to that bot, you can join my Discord server, discord.com/invite/bandites, or just click the link in the description. That's much easier. And there's a Grow Garden channel, and you can get access to all the events and cool things. Anyways, that's how I know that usually night events happen every 4 hours, which now we have Moonlit done, and we can get rid of these Tanukis because they are good. They have done their job. Not really, they didn't do anything for us, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna let our raptors level up a little bit here. I think I do have some treats for them. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna try to get these guys to level up a little bit faster, so that way we can have higher amber chances for them. All right, so I just got back after about an hour of AFKing. Let's see what has happened since we were gone. Let's go ahead and check our big taco fern here. So it looks like we did finally get corrupt added onto this thing after about an hour, so that's good. Did we get anything else to happen? It looks like we didn't get any sandy, any events. We just have moonlit. We didn't get celestial. We didn't get a heat wave. So wow, our luck was bad for events. And it also looks like we still have not gotten harmonized chakra. We still just have regular chakra. So our corrupted kitsune here is not doing very good for us, it looks like, but we can go ahead and pick up our other corrupt Scarlet there. We can keep our Mimic Octopus and our Corrupt Kitsune. Okay, so our Mimic Octopus finally, like, mimicked our Corrupt Kitsune, even though our Corrupt Kitsune hasn't done anything for us. The Mimic Octopus actually clutched for us and got us that Harmonized Chakra done. So with that, we are done with all of our pet mutations. We are up to 19 mutations on our taco fern. However, if we do separate some of these, like tempestuous, we'd be up to 20. Spaghetti would be up to 22. And harmonized chakra would bring us up to 24. So we do have like 24 mutations on this. The only things we're missing is celestial, aurora, sandy, and a heat wave to actually get that verdant to become paradisal. And then I guess the other last thing that we're missing is amber. And those are pretty much all the legit mutations that we could get on this. And that wouldn't include any of the admin ones, of course, but those are the few of the legit ones that we're actually missing. But besides that, this thing is pretty much good. I think I'm going to try it to see what the value is of it, and we're going to use our raptors here to hopefully get amber. So hopefully this time we'll get amber applied so we can have an extra mutation done and added onto our taco fern. So without further ado, raptors, please help. All right, let's try this out. All right, we picked it up. Did we get amber on it? I can't tell. So yeah, I guess we didn't get amber. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just check the value of our taco fern here, and hopefully it's worth a lot. I mean, this thing I feel like could have been a little bit bigger, and maybe we could have got some of the other legit mutations, and you know, not including the admin ones, to make this more. I feel like we might have gotten a pretty good one here, and it should be worth a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and check with our boy Steven here and see what this taco fern is worth. So Steven, what are we looking at today for the taco fern? Okay, so this thing is worth 46 billion. And again, it's not even that big of one. I definitely think we could have gotten a bigger one. It doesn't even look like a taco or anything at this point. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below if this thing is worth getting all the mutations for. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe for bonus points.